MeltDown Monday coming to you live from a Wednesday Night Fight production studio. I'm Hell's Cat Death. Welcome to Monday. Good games going on tonight. A lot of new starting teams coming out, and then some vets of the Monday night Meltdown. So we start off our matches tonight. DK R1, 9 p.m. SOA versus NB. And then for the late night, UGCC versus SKB. Gonna be an awesome. I got some great commentators with me this evening. I do want to say hello and a big shout out to Pants on the Ground, leader of Nightmare. How you doing, sir?
Good. How about yourself? How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Getting ready to enjoy this. And then of course,
yes, sir.
We can. Not really a new guy on the strip, becoming a regular here on the Wednesday Night Fights. One of the callers for Immortals, Mr. Quedlin, or Mr. Q. How you doing?
Hey, good evening. Yeah, I'm good. Looking forward to the games, and yeah, I just love being here. Awesome. I don't have anything else to do. Basically, no life, so just come check in again.
And hey, at least have a good time, some laughs, and watching some good tank action. My last guest, everybody knows him, loves him, hates him, mems him.
Doesn't need an introduction.
Gets ranked 10 out of 10. One of the long-standing co-hosts of mine, and also really good friend, Anarchy. What's up?
Nothing much. Just chilling.
So, we did decide this is on a 5-minute delay, so let's wait. Fast
I like
actions, that. And everything to everybody watching. All right, so back to the discussions that we were having prior. With R1, new to us, I think they've been around for a while. There's the discussion on, so they got the Conquer, an E75, a pair of T10s, one E50, and then what? And for the other two tanks. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah. Well, all the other tanks you can, have an opinion about it, whether they're used for or not. But
E75.
you can make them use, on any map, whatever. But running with a 3090 and the Bulldog, that's pretty confusing. Obviously, you can pick like a tier 7 light like the Bulldog, and then pick another tier 9.
It
or
is
just 2 tier 8 light tanks, and this is just pretty confusing to me.
I bet you what I would imagine is either the guy in the 1390 that's the only tank he has, or the guy in the Bulldog that's the only tank he has. Because that's one of those things where it's definitely not a thought out, tactical decision. It's a just one of those things
that's
where
what
your
I'm
tank selection
guessing.
limited.
That's what I'm
Airfield's
guessing.
a really open map.
If they didn't have any other players, it would make sense. But they got 3 people sitting on the bench there. Probably,
That's fair. I think
it's a really
open
open map.
Redundant. Oh, sorry.
It can be, but at the same time, they've only got one medium. They've got 2 T10s, which have some mobility, but other than that, they've really got nothing to cover the flanks. And this is a spotting map, as you know. This is and that's where the 2 light tanks might come in good. But if anything, I'd go 2 AMX 1390s instead of a Bulldog and an AMX.
I don't know.
Or throw in an
Where's
RU.
the flag?
I'll probably
Where's
throw
the flag
in
on
an
this
RU.
map?
It's going to be.
It's in C5.
It's going to be
D6.
D6.
Yeah.
Or
D5.
C6.
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 Like somewhere in between.
C6, right
Well,
there,
I mean, for all purposes, though, you could use one light tank, put them up at like H5, H6, spot that side, and then all your other tanks go to cap, and they're going to spot that side. You don't need 2 light tanks, in my opinion, on this map.
Well,
that's why I don't think
it doesn't
it's
really
like
matter
if
you want to. I mean, you can play with 2 light tanks. I don't have an issue with that, but at least pick 2 tier 8 light tanks. If you go with
right. And they're also missing out on a tier 9 potentially.
Yeah, or go with an extra 9 and just the Bulldog. But yeah, this is
AMX
weird.
1390s.
Then again, if we look on the other side though, they run with a CDC as a second tier 8. That's also pretty surprising. Obviously,
I'm just glad,
probably
I'm just
doesn't
glad
have
to see
anything else, but
I'm just glad to see they bench Tanker. They must know he's not comp ready, so he's not even allowed to play for them.
Welcome back there, Tanker.
He just joined the party, so I'm guessing.
We were just discussing you getting
Demoted.
benched, Tanker. Yeah.
They were discussing what?
Bad. We were just discussing you getting benched. I just said it feels bad when he gets benched, by, like.
They
apparently not a
changed,
good
by
enough
the way.
Lycan
They
driver.
got rid of that. They got rid of the bulldog. They must.
Oh
have heard
yeah,
us.
nice. Okay, they picked up a Rue. That's perfect. That's
It's
a lot of counter
overall.
picking.
Overall, I'm just thinking. Oh, they're doing the same
They
thing.
the
picked
other
up a
team does
Lycan too. They picked up a Lycan. Tanker's just not good enough to
Lycan
drive the
and
Lycan for their team.
PQR8s? I'm confused.
He doesn't know how 761 works. I don't think.
Yeah, they can't count. I think they're running with.
Uh,
The other team switched. They didn't have the bulldog
Yeah,
anymore.
no.
They're
Yeah,
running
no.
with the
They
IU.
just said, "Oh, that
Oh,
guy
I missed
didn't
it.
know."
What
Okay,
is
well, at least
going
Baka
on?
had the foresight to put a 9 in.
And now BK is running with 1 tier point less.
That's awesome.
It's a new
I
trend.
rate that 10 out of 10. Why did they say you couldn't play Tanker? Like, what did he say? Did he just
Oh,
want to
just
play the
6
light tank?
points.
He ended up
So
getting another
apparently-
clanmate. It looks like, so he just got Baka instead.
Yeah, and he likes Baka better than Tanker, obviously.
It's that 7F tag, man.
That's probably what it is.
But yeah, overall, I think it's pretty interesting tanks in general. Oh, it seems like they picked an. Wow, what are they doing?
I think
So
both
now
of
they
these
picked an
teams are
extra
kind
tier
of...
9.
Oh,
Yeah, okay,
shit.
now they're
picked an
doing it
extra
wrong.
tier
'Cause now
9.
they're
Alright,
at
I gotta
762.
clean stuff up.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did try to correct him on Discord here.
Oh,
I'm trying to
yep,
work
you
Yeah,
did it.
please fix.
yeah,
I think
both
both
teams
teams are they're not very experienced, I think, and it's kind of like, I don't know, but these seem like mistakes that happen when teams aren't super experienced at playing a tier, because they don't really know the meta when they're not picking
Why
correct
we
tier
made
points.
This Meltdown Mondays for
Yeah.
for these new teams to learn. So when they get ready to say for WCL or another bigger tournament, they know exactly what to do. I know I spent 20 minutes today. I was planning to play tanks, but I had to have
All R1 has to do now.
and explain. He's like, well, how do you join these big teams and blah blah blah. And then so yet again, now me, always the helper, sat down for 20 minutes and explained this over text.
Who was it?
All R1 has to do now is swap out the 3090 to the bulldog.
The
they had
bulldog.
before, but
Yeah.
Or yeah, I was gonna say
that's
they
fine.
could make that 1390 a bulldog, and that'd be perfect. Then they can keep
Yeah.
yeah, then
both of those
they have a pretty
E50s.
nice lineup.
It's
yeah.
so
anti-10s,
interesting
and they
to
would
see,
have a
'cause,
decent
like,
lineup.
R1 has really
Conqueror.
good tanks. Like,
Pretty-
they're not
a
picking
bit heavy
tanks
for
that are
my
out of the
liking,
meta.
but it's alright.
Like
Oh,
all
yeah,
the R1 tanks are
yeah.
good. They just don't understand the tier point system. Like it's kind of annoying when people come on and you see them running like, you know, really weird, like a Type 4 heavy or something that's not competitive. But like
Yeah.
these guys are running
Yeah.
all comp tanks. They're not running like a Tortoise or something. They just don't
That's true.
have the tier point system.
What are you on about?
grasped,
Tortoise
right?
is great.
Yeah, that might be.
Over on the other
Conrad
side, the
Master
only
Race.
they don't have a
Oh,
bad
yeah.
lineup on the other side. I'd replace those
Stop,
two
stop,
E75s,
stop.
but
You know, as I would recommend like new teams, you know, I don't know if these guys actually knew, but we're just, you know, I'm just saying it in general, you know, for new teams, make sure you know, your guys have quite a lot of competitive tanks in their garage. It makes it a lot
Well, that's
easier
hard with
to
new
get
teams.
like the lineup you want.
It's hard with new teams because normally your guys have a lot less battles played, so they don't necessarily have all the tanks unlocked yet even. But I mean, that's why it's important when you know the tier that tournaments are going to be played at that you tell your
Yeah.
guys to start
I mean,
grinding
if
and people
I-
grind for specific tanks.
If I start picking tanks, you know, for a match, you know, I look at the map and I think in my head what kind of I think about the lineup I want to run, and if someone doesn't have a certain tank I want to play,
I kick 'em.
then well, I'm not kicking him,
bench
but
him.
at least I bench him. Yeah, you know, I'll
Yeah,
just pick
yeah.
someone who does have that tank. I'm not gonna change
well,
my
that's the nice
strategy
thing,
though, here we go.
for
Because you've only
because someone
I don't
doesn't
know
have
what
the
other
tank.
people played with, but I'm
they're
still
gonna
playing
drop
with
an
Immortals.
E50.
Oh man, but playing with Immortals, you've probably gotten spoiled with that, where you guys have the option. Like a lot of like BK right now, like they can't afford to bench somebody besides Tanker. You know what I mean? Like they kind of got to go with what their guys have.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
the problem
true.
with smaller teams is you're not afforded that luxury of being able to bench guys if they don't
Yeah.
have tanks you want.
and a lot of our guys
All right, there we
know
go.
Our experience.
how important it is to
battles,
have a lot of tanks. So
Yeah. They're not like me. and
obviously
sell all the
there's
tanks as soon as
some
you're done with them.
there's some idiots that actually sell tanks, you know. But
I know, right?
we-
What a bunch of nerds.
You guys ready to do? Let's do a tank rundown really fast. So Anarch can go down BK, and then Queb is gonna go down R1.
All right, so
I'm
the BK is bringing an RU, a CDC, a Skoda, pair of ST1s, and a pair of E75s. No mobility.
And on R1 side, they're running with the RU251, the AMX 3090, an E50, two T10s, an E75, and a Conqueror. Yeah, both sides are pretty heavy lined up.
I don't like E75s. It makes me want to cry.
I'm still
Well,
not sure
you know,
why they
it's-
didn't ditch the RU and the AMX for the Bulldog and keep the E50.
I know,
would've
that
been
guy had
perfect.
the
They only
Bulldog
got
in for
one
like 2
medium right
minutes.
now. They
Yeah,
really
I
need
know.
another medium in there.
No, that E50, I completely agree. That guy wanted to play the Bulldog. He had it in there for like 3 minutes, and then all of a
That's the
sudden,
one
they're
they
like,
should've
"Nah, two lights." Yeah, I agree completely.
But you know, well, I wanted to come back to an earlier thing we're talking about. Like, you know, I got basically like all competitive tanks, or at least nearly all of them.
Mm-hmm.
The only downside of having that, though, is I rarely play the tanks that I actually want to play, because, you know, the other slackers didn't have all the tanks, and I'm like, you know, anyone has this tank. No, and I'm
How
like,
do you do
"Ah, I
that
have
when
to
you're
play it again,"
calling?
you know?
Do you pick your tank for yourself first or last? Like, do you pick it already, or do you wait until you pick what somebody else doesn't have? Like when you're calling.
Well, I picked my tank last, but I do have in mind what I want to potentially gonna be playing that round, you know. But yeah, let the other guys pick first.
Oh,
That
boy.
makes sense. I usually kind of go with the you get what you get, you don't pitch a
It
fit
also depends.
maneuver.
I mean, you know, like on another tournament we're playing on, they do like picking 2x2, right? Obviously, then it's a
Right.
bit different, because you know, sometimes you want to have certain picks help for loss, you know, so you don't give them that information yet.
Audi, sorry.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, like
Artie's
what we do
always
most of the
lost.
time we scrim is we usually know our lineup pretty quick. We pick really quick. Especially like in
Yeah,
scrims,
same
at
here.
least, because you can't really do that in tournament. Yeah, I know most
Walker's
of the
gonna
other
walk
teams,
into
you know
the
what you're gonna want to
E50.
do.
Yep.
I
The light
hate
tank is gonna be rolling
people.
right into
He's going to
Reed's
be in
zone.
trouble.
Yep.
Oh.
You can get out of there.
Yeah, I hate people delaying the picks to counter pick and all that. You know, I'm just like,
Well, like we
I
did
have a
a
certain
scrim last
strategy
night.
in my mind, and I'll just play it.
Yeah, we had a scrim last night where we had all of our tanks selected before they even picked one.
R1.
But like, I mean, I
Hmm.
would rather just pick all the tanks versus, I mean, if they want to counter pick, let them.
They all huddled up at D3. That was interesting. And now they're making their way towards the hill. CDC lit up.
Yeah,
there
it's
by the
interesting to
light
see. I mean, what you've seen a lot on this map, if you're on the east spawn and you rush like the middle hill, you could have spotted all those heavies from R1 crossing that, what is it, like E4 area. And you could have gotten like a lot of side shots off if you had put it up some, for example, E50s up there on, you know, in the middle.
Well, I mean, like, they don't really have enough mobility to, I mean, I guess, sacrifice
They have
some
their
mediums to that
ST1 in the very back of the map, which is interesting.
guy sniper.
Well, they
that's-
could have done it with
Sacred
the Skoda
is
and
in
the
the
CDC,
very
for
corner.
example.
He doesn't have the
but-
mobility to be that far away from the battle and the rest of the heavies.
Well, yeah, I know. Like, if I was gonna put
He should
somebody
really be up
far
there
back
with the
to
other
do
ones.
sniping shots, it'd be a Conqueror.
not gonna be
'cause
him.
Its gun is just so
Yep.
much nicer.
It's a little bit faster than the ST1 as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, not even
Yeah,
that. Like, not even like thinking about the actually flexing them eventually. Just the Conqueror is superior in that role in every way. But yeah, exactly. And then as soon as the battle progresses, you can actually get there.
Just in general, I do not like this position. I mean, yes, if they go around towards the flag, you know, you have like an extra crossfire going in. But the STI obviously is a slow tank. He's really far away from his teammates. Let's say they push on
Right.
their E75s right now. He's going to be useless for another 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So,
The only
Yeah.
thing that's helping them is the fact that they don't know where that ST1 is because they haven't spotted him yet. I think that's the only
Yeah,
thing
that might be
stopping
why they're
the
not
RU
pushing.
and the E50 not pushing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because that's the thing. When you have a tank unspotted, you're always like worried about where it could be, and so you don't want
True.
to push blindly and then
T10
run
took a
into him
couple
being
hits.
there. The only thing is, as soon as they if they peek this corner hard enough and realize he's not there, they'll realize they're overmatched. Because I mean, he can't be invisible.
Sure.
You know,
You
you
guys
have to be able
doing
to
some
spot him.
TNG trading at the moment?
Yeah. Our
Well-
one's gonna stop shaving off their hit points, and they gotta either get
Yeah,
this
they
together
take too
or
much easy damage at the
There
moment,
goes the T10. That was.
Yep.
and they're
that was a
not
gimme. They
trading
got an
back any
overmatch.
damage in return.
Yeah, they just exactly. The T10 didn't even fire. All three of them just peeked and put it into them, and they didn't even bother trying to shoot back. BK is up on a lot of hit points.
Am I muted? Hello?
No, you're good, dude.
No.
Now
We
you're
can
not.
hear you now.
We can hear you.
We're just talking over you. We don't value your
Yeah.
opinions.
That RU of R1
This is our stream now.
side will have to be careful because he's 1 against 3 there, and they'll soon realize
Get out of there, Archer.
yeah, the RU is in a lot of trouble.
This low conqueror should start to pressure that E75, and like just start to make sure they remember he's there.
Really surprised that it might probably just tank selection lacking, but
Oof.
they
Oh,
could have put two
yeah.
T32s. But you know.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, they could have done a lot of things. Their tank selections on both sides were really weird. Wait a minute. Okay, there's one E75 that just fired the
Yeah, I saw that.
Rambler. He is stock, not stock, but he's got the 10.5. He does not have the 12.8.
Oh, no.
I heard his
Oh,
gun
yeah.
go off, and I
Yeah.
was like, "What?"
R1's down quite a bit now. That E50 is going to get overmatched by the other one light and the 2 mediums.
Yeah.
As soon as they get up on him,
Yeah.
that Skoda should be able to clip them out.
Well, like BK has
But
just been
that's-
making really poor trades, to be honest. Or I mean, R1 has been making really poor trades, like the worst trades they could make. They come around
Yeah.
the corner, bounce, and take 2 in return, and like
Oh, when
that's
he's
not
ammo
Just
racked
the,
now.
could get in a fight.
50's now ammo racked.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
they
well,
should have shot the
the 2
E75
R1 guys
there,
have
in
got
my
to cross.
opinion.
Like that Conqueror's not gonna be able to do enough damage to dig those 2 guys out. They're cross-fired now.
Yeah, it's going to be over right
These
here.
2 ones got finished.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
definitely
this is
matter
gonna.
of
Oh,
out
wow.
that Conqueror.
But no, this is them going for the throat, like just ending the game right here, basically.
Yeah. Now they're going to
Flames
be completely
incoming.
surrounded
The
at the moment.
E50 is gonna get smacked.
I'll be interested to see how much Sacred Shadow did by sitting in the back that whole time, because it'll be impressive if they won this
Not much.
handily without him even being involved. Because I don't think he did much. So like that shows just how poorly R1 was trading that they could win
Ooh.
with basically
Archer
one
is
less tank.
firing
Yeah.
high explosive.
Well, that's the superior round. It's more consistent. Bouncing is really
That's
frustrating.
And they're
GG
gonna
to
come
our
up in a
Palace.
few seconds.
GG no re. Yeah, that was interesting.
There we go. There we go. First round. Going to BK.
What do you guys think of the Skoda for competitive, though, the tier 9 version?
I
Yeah,
haven't played
personally,
enough
I don't
here.
really
I
like
want
it.
to play it.
I don't really like
I would-
it. Like, okay, so I don't have.
Well,
a lot
does the
of
Skoda
experience
have
with
better
it, 'cause I
depression
don't play
than the
nines.
Baby Bat? I think it does,
well,
doesn't
Baby
it?
Bitch is really
Yeah.
good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is,
so,
but it's
but I
got better
would- I-
depression.
I
It could
would-
be used in a pinch for the depression, if anything, on a hilly map.
Little
It'd be
Thunder,
used
would
on stuff
still-
like mines.
Little Thunder there.
Potentially.
Throwing out 3,800.
I would still go for the
3856.
Baby Bat.
Wow.
Well,
GG's, good
like,
job.
here's my
Over to
thing.
BK on round
The
one.
TVP is the
TVP
TVP
is
I
great.
think is pretty nice for tier
Yeah,
10.
TVP and competitive is
But
really
Skoda,
good.
I mean, we tried the Skoda, but it's
I haven't.
I'd
I've played
use
in
it
maybe
on
like
something like
5.
mines.
I've played it like maybe. I've played in maybe 5 tier 9 games like ever. Like I've watched them, but I've never seen a Skoda have like a huge impact. But what I would do is on like Tiger was saying mines. If you rushed 1 Skoda and 2 bats, because the bats don't reload by the time they get on the hill. That way at least you have like 1 gun in the fight, and he can delay long enough for the bat chance to reload, and then you win. Like I mean, maybe bring it in
and
there.
I also think like the T54 and the E50 are in general
Yeah, what is-
like the
what
best
is
mediums
the
out there in tier
things
9.
with the
So.
T54. Like you guys seem really keen on them more than other teams. Like when I've seen you guys play
Especially on
in
Pro.
10s. Yeah, no, like in tier 10s, instead of bringing a tier 8 light, you guys run 2 T54s. And like I'm curious on that, because I don't see other
Well,
teams
that's
doing that.
usually
Like,
Tubbins. I don't
Yeah, no,
play
it
the
is Tubbins.
T54 myself a lot. But I'm guessing, a bit more turret arm. I really don't know.
well, because I was thinking about it, like the turret armor gets penned by every tier 10, especially with Prem rounds. So it doesn't really get any armor besides lucky troll bounces. Like if I was gonna bring 2 tier 9 mediums, I'd bring the E50 because it hits harder and has better depression, better gun overall. Like the only thing the T54 gets is those heat rounds.
Yeah,
I was just curious if there was a specific reason, because I saw on
to be honest, I don't know.
instead of a tier 8, he ran 2 T-54s. I didn't know. Normally when you see a team pick like tanks that are kind of out of the meta, it's because they've got a specific scenario for them, like when you see an IS-7.
Yeah, true.
Teams
Well,
will
the
have, like, a
DPM is
specific
still
spot.
great on
That's why I was asking.
T54 though. But yeah, to be honest, I'm not really sure why he does it. I personally don't run with them. Usually go with 2 baby bats or
Well,
for example,
yeah,
RU.
yeah. Exactly. I like the 2 baby bats, to be honest. Especially with a big bat. You can really do a very good amount of damage quickly.
Yeah, I mean, you see other teams like running.
Well, like, what you try to do in a
but that's
situation
why I
like
wanna
that is with
use
the
my-
combined, it tries to be like, it cripples, like you get in and you cripple the team with that burst damage, and then you're basically, your heavies just buy you time to reload. Because, I mean, after they just take, like, potentially 3,000 damage, they're not going to be
Yeah,
really
you can
keen on pushing.
clip out. You can just take a gun out
Yeah.
of the game, maybe even 2.
Well,
Obviously,
and-
it's
yeah, and
important
anybody
when you
that
run with
survives
an
that-
outloader heavy. If you run with like a heavy outloader setup, obviously it's really important that you get those pens in, right? If
You got to
just
make sure
miss
to
all
hit
your
the shots.
shots. Yeah, I mean,
That is,
yeah,
you
then
got to be
you're
in knife
screwed.
fighting range so you don't miss.
But
But the key
Nightmare,
is, like,
we're a pretty heavy auto-loading team, and I can
Yeah.
attest to that.
well, like, I mean, the key with it, though, is because you do, like you said, put yourself down, like, potentially 3 tanks for 40 seconds. You need to weaken everybody enough so if they do push, your heavies can just double or triple tap them and they're out of the fight. You know, so you don't put yourself... Like, if they go
Stop
in and
licking
miss
our
half their
struts down,
clips,
Ogden.
you're screwed. Oh, yeah, crap.
And
Feels bad.
that's why I like the baby bats because you see some guys running with like 2 or 3 normal bat chats or whatever, and then you just I prefer to keep those outloaders on the tier 9 slots basically, and just keep the other slots for more regular tanks with more armor
Okay, we're running
or
behind
health.
on time already.
On, like, an open map, I mean, I think, like, 2 baby bats and a big bat chat, I mean, it gives you a ton of vision, and then, a heavy tank, medium tank mix for a backbone, I
Yeah,
think
they
works.
can. I mean, if you have 2, let's say you run with 2 baby bats instead of a tier 8 light, obviously it gives you extra vision, right?
Double the vision.
If it's a big map, yeah.
And your gun's useful.
Yeah.
Because tier 8 lights have a big problem with that in tier 10, is actually being able to get their gun involved in doing more than, like, 1,000 damage.
So BK was running with
I
the
don't have
RU
that chip
before,
myself,
and now they
but-
swapped to the
so
lightweight.
let's really
but-
fast here. Let's go through these listings. I haven't really talked about the teams. So I'll go down BK. Pants, you want to go down R1?
Yep.
All right, so BK coming out with a 54 lightweight and the AMX CDC, 1 Skoda T50, an STI pair of E75s, and 1 Kong.
R1's going to roll out with the RU251, the AMX 1390, an E50, pair of T10s, an ST1, and a Conqueror.
Alrighty.
I like how that, like, CDC, like, burned you when you said it. Like, it's really painful for you to get those words out.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's
we're
a good gun
definitely.
depression.
Yeah, and the gun isn't bad. It's just I wouldn't go for it though.
No, I would never pick one willingly.
I'd pick an
Let's see
STI
this
too in
time
these
if,
kind of
That's
uh,
what
situations.
I was going to say. The STI
Yeah,
too
right.
is
If
like
BK does that
leaps
same
and
kind of
bounds
setup
better.
on this other side of the map, let's see if R1 gets a little bit more aggressive this time and tries to take advantage if they get another overmatch.
Yeah, I know. That's the only thing I've noticed is sometimes, like, that's a really big misplay on teams a lot, is they never realize when they have an overmatch. Like, I see teams miss that a lot. Like, even when they have the vision, they've got all the tanks spotted, and they still just don't want to commit to the push, because they're, like,
Well, if they
worried
had
about
a-
it.
Bug
If they had a
500.
tank
two
last
things-
game
Apparently,
go underneath
There's
that
two-
hill and around, they would have put them all out of whack.
Yeah, I think it's just confidence. Like, once they play more, they'll have to realize when
Well-
to push. But I see teams miss that all the time. They don't know when to push.
Rage
It's-
Stoner pushing up Rage and Vinny.
It's also experience. I mean, what people need to
Yeah, it's experience.
realize is what first you need like information. That's why you use your light tanks for your scout tanks to get that information to see where the enemy tanks is. The second thing that people need to do, which it seems like pretty self-expert. How do you say that? Like pretty
Basic.
clear for people to. Yeah, but people tend to forget it. It's
Self-explanatory?
like yeah, that's the word I was looking for. But like counter tanks that you spotting. Know exactly what you have
Sacred-
spotted
Yeah.
so far. And
Sacred's
where
getting a
they're
little too close. He's gonna get in big trouble if he doesn't back off.
Yep, and he.
Oh, he's gonna run to the rock.
at.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh, they gotta jump on this
E50
right
could
now.
easily
Oh.
pick
They
him.
need to jump on this.
With that gun.
E50 did.
You
Oh, no,
got
he's getting
lucky.
away. Man,
Let
that
him
E50
go.
had an easy shot on that. The E50's got such good gun depression over the side. He had an easy one more shot into him at least.
Well, he did.
And he's gonna
Above that
bounce.
rock.
That was the Rue.
Yeah,
Really?
plenty of time.
Maybe he's trying to save silver.
But
Something.
that lightweight really got lucky there.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
they
lightweight
got kind of
honestly
another
could go
odd-
a one shot.
They got an odd setup here with an ST1 in the very back defending that hill
I don't like how
with
they
the light
have
tank trying to
the-
spot, and then the
like
two
on our one side,
mediums in them.
why do you put a Conqueror low? Like, the only good things about the Conqueror are the turret and the depression. Why do you put him low and not have him peek the ridge instead
Oh,
of the
the
T10?
DPM
Like,
is-
put
Yeah.
the T10 low, put the Conqueror up. You know what I mean? Let the Conqueror use his turret.
Well, teams just.
He can
Yeah,
get
they should
himself.
have-
If
They should have changed those positions
Ooh.
around. Yeah, I agree.
he just got
That
hammered.
hurts. That was bad. That was a double tap.
He's
and
in
a half.
trouble. He's in big trouble. His team needs to step up and take these side shots right now.
Grove Ramblers over here trying to get gun.
They have no
depression.
support for those two tanks in the middle. They have absolutely zero support.
1390.
Oh, they lost their 39.
That hurts because now they lose vision on the airfield. Oh, this guy's. Oh, Baka's got a 3-mark Conqueror.
These two tanks right here, Baka and Thunder, have very little support right now. The C-75 coming is going to help them out.
Mhm.
But if these guys capitalize, they could have had these two tanks out in no time.
Yeah, I know. Well, that just goes
Before
back to
those
the
two
thing of-
mediums, the ST1's not in a position to help him because he's heading up the ridge right now.
Yeah, no, it just goes back to the thing. Some teams are so keen on pushing as soon as they spot 2 or 3
There you
tanks,
go, both of
they just
those
YOLO
are
push,
flying
and other
fires.
tanks won't push even when they have a huge overmatch.
Oh,
okay, the 50
they got him on the
lightweight's
ridge
dead.
now. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
He didn't
I
have
don't
to
know
do
why
that.
Sacred would come back up. Yeah, like, didn't he realize
He
these
knew
guys
they
were
were
still
there.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why he did that. And the E50 actually fired his gun, which must have been weird for him.
Yep.
Well, he probably took the call a bit too literal as
Conqueror's
like
ammo
STI
rack.
lightweight
Baka
push on
getting
them,
ammo rack there.
and it was like, go
Now,
in.
what this RU needs to do is keep the ST1 from peeking, and the E50 needs to get those side shots if those guys are going to try to push. He needs to support
Well,
that
they
flank,
can
or
let-
else R1's
they-
going to lose.
He can let that
Yeah.
E50 go around as well. Oh wait,
Yeah, well, that
there's some
E50 just needs
backup
to get
now
his gun in.
in the
But he
base.
can shoot
This-
those guys.
The Skoda T50 and the CDC are about to back up the STI though, so
Hmm.
and they
Yeah, they
haven't realized that yet.
They're fast enough. They could just swarm them. But oh, here come the two mediums. Two mediums are coming in. I think that might be what they're waiting
Yeah, that's
for.
what I said.
And they're letting the ST just get side shots on the hill. And to
Yeah.
try to get his attention.
Honestly,
Pushed out
the
really
E50 and the
far
RU
there.
might have been able to jump that ST1 at a time, but those two mediums are going to make sense, so it can't
King
happen.
Baka
Oh, they're going
needs
to
to
go
be
low.
careful. He's about to drop.
Yeah, he's really pushed way far forward trying to make a play.
Oh, man, the
Well-
E50 and the RU just need to jump
Oh.
this ST1.
T10
They're gonna
just
get
Yeah,
flanked.
they should have went in. I mean, obviously they
Yeah.
haven't realized where those mediums went.
No, as soon
yeah.
as they spot those, though, it's game over for them.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
gonna die to
well,
those
they're
guys.
pushing in now though.
Yeah.
They're pushing in now.
Skoda went the long way.
Yeah,
This
I know,
RU
but
could
yeah,
go
if they
down
would
and
jump that ST1, they'd be in a happy spot.
yeah, he's
Oh,
gonna get ran,
Oh,
and that's
no
gonna hurt.
focus fire there.
Ooh,
No focus fire there, yeah. The RU and the E50 were both shooting at different tanks instead of trying to get somebody dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Doesn't
that's
the
funny.
Skoda
They got
have
him
the
jumping
auto
right over them.
oh,
Oh, that's awesome. That
Does
RU
Skoda have
baited
the
him to
auto
drop
loader?
off the hill. Huh.
oh man.
No,
The
the
Skoda
Skoda has
doesn't
the.
He
have
needs
an
to go
auto
around and
gun.
get that ST1.
Wow.
That RU
I think the
needs to
Skoda
turn
has the
around and get
repeating
the
gun.
ST.
That RU survived the
so
drop and got the
interesting.
CDC to suicide.
T10 takes out Baka.
It's a meme and a half.
Interesting battle going on there, to be honest.
And I got
Some
pulled
weird
right
choices,
where
left and
Primal
right.
dropped off the hill, like pulled me over to the
Oh.
other crew.
Oh no, the Skoda did have the
Ooh.
auto loader, but he was just like backing up in between shots for some reason. It's still close though, honestly.
It's going to make or
Very
break is what
close.
this ST and Conqueror can do against these remaining tanks and the E-75's ammo.
They
rack.
needed, yeah,
Oh.
they need to hurt him.
Ammo rack
This
This
kill.
con-
One for one.
Conqueror, this Conqueror's got hit points. He needs to get involved quicker, else those mediums are gonna end the
Ouch.
game for him.
Yeah, the
Like that Skoda could
E75
end the
is doing
game
the right
basically with a
thing
good
by
flank.
falling back. the E75 doing the
He
right
just
thing,
needs
but
to
falling back
delay.
towards his falling back to his teammates.
They need to focus that Skoda out if he comes around that
Yeah,
hill.
as soon as because he's gonna come up behind him and then basically just have like he's gonna get a clip out into the Conqueror, and then
I think he's
really
aware of it.
punish
Yep,
him for
he's
that.
seasoned.
Oh well, that's
Oh,
that's
nice.
good
Hit on
people's
him.
actual having awareness, and the ST1's gonna cover him so the E75 can't peek it. Like that was actually well played on R1's part. They could win this very
Yes,
well.
it was. That was good. If they can at least hold out. If they can hold out for another 3 minutes and 40 seconds, they'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that bounce hurts.
Yep.
That ST1 had punish on the E75, but he bounced it.
This is odd. The ST1's playing with a med kit, a heavy med kit, automatic extinguisher, and
What
chocolate.
I don't get what
He
the
doesn't have a
Skoda
repair
is
kit.
right
Crutch.
now. What the Skoda should have done,
Yes,
in
sir.
my
No
opinion,
repair kit.
is go to like E0.
He should have
like,
gone
out
on
of
the
spotting
airfield.
range. Wow, he
Mhm.
should go
Yeah,
to
exactly,
like
yeah.
the 0 line, let the STI spot the Conqueror, and then clip him without getting spotted.
Yeah, he could have even come up on the ramp
Oh,
at like if he could make the cross, he could come up on the ramp at like D9, and then they're in a like they can't turn 3 directions at once. You know what I mean? He can go,
Yeah,
he
that
can
can
peek
do
that
it
with
as
his
well.
depression, and then the ST1 could peek, the E75 could peek, and the Skoda, and they
The
can only shoot 2 of
Conqueror.
them. That would be how they would
just missed the
win.
Skoda.
Oh, yep, E75's coming in. This Conqueror's on full health. He should just push this E75 so he can get out of everybody else's gun.
Yeah, well, he just
He can
finished
win
off the
this.
STI, so he lost his loader.
He needs to move up the ramp so the Skoda doesn't get rear shots on him.
Yep.
This is
and
a
so he
game
has
now.
the gun depression.
Oh, ammo racked.
He's gonna eat a clip.
and he
Yeah,
does not have
he
a
lo-
repair kit. Oh, he
Yeah,
Oh.
Never mind. He did.
He needs to. You gotta push.
Yeah, that
You gotta
was the
push. Why isn't he
STI.
shooting?
Yeah,
Does he
he's
not have
still
the depression?
tracked. He doesn't
Oh,
have
yeah, he doesn't have
repairs.
the
Now he's
depression.
permanent ammo rack.
Oh, that's so heartbreaking.
Ammo
He
rack,
could have won
second
that, but he didn't
time.
have the depression to shoot the E75.
So
That's bad.
he lost his loader before and his ammo rack, so yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Jeez,
game
that's
over.
three-
That's harsh.
20 seconds worth of reload time.
Well, it was a lot closer this one.
Little Thunder coming in.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah, it was a
Conqueror
good game
could've won
overall.
it.
Little Thunder again being top dog here with that E75.
MVP confirmed.
So 2 games with that. All right, and second map's going to be the one that I pick, and that is Cliff Encounter.
I don't really like Encounter.
Well, it comes in handy on these 9s because it makes them. They could just turtle all day long.
Who would do that though?
TNG.
You gotta be able to take a joke, right?
Exactly.
I honestly don't see me grinding any lines anytime soon, so I'm just gonna keep like hoarding silver, and then if I ever have to buy back tanks, I'll have enough, hopefully. Like as long as I don't try to 3-mark like the 50B or something, I don't see myself losing a lot of silver soon. The CDC, man, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I mean, run the
probably
Bulldog,
lack of
get
having
another tier
anything
9.
else.
It's got to be what it is, right? And because like BK doesn't have the luxury, I guess, of benching somebody at the moment because they don't have enough guys as it is.
Yeah,
So,
so
I
I
mean-
mean, if that guy, would only have his CDC, wouldn't have a competitive tank, what would he be doing in a competitive team?
Well,
That
that's the
will
thing.
be
I
mine.
think BK is really limited completely. Yeah, I mean, like I said, they don't have the luxury of telling somebody they can't come. Because, I mean, they'd rather have that guy playing the CDC versus having to go 6v7. I mean, if you can't get a guy,
True.
you can't get a guy, you know?
True.
I would like to definitely talk.
It's interesting
hard
to
to,
see
like-
that both teams are going really heavy setup on a map like this as well.
Yeah, I know.
I
But
mean,
it's
you
hard
see it a
for
lot
me
more,
to
but-
understand,
I
like,
Bring
like,
back
it's
the
hard
Just
Yeah.
don't mean to cut you off really fast so we can keep this on track. Quevelin, you want to run down BK and then Anarchy R1?
All right, on BK side, running with a T54 lightweight, the CDC Skoda T50, an M103, a pair of E75s, and a Conqueror.
And then R1 has a pair of E50s, a triplet of T10s, and a Conqueror. But what I was gonna say
All right,
is,
here we go.
I haven't ever
Yeah,
really
they still
played
need
with like,
another
one
one,
sec,
right?
one sec, R1.
They
you
need
still
another
R1
tank.
tank.
Oh, come on, dang it. Come on, dang it.
Haste makes waste.
Now they
But-
need 2.
Yeah, they
Oh,
just
God dang it.
deselected one.
I've never really played with a not established teams. Like, I can't speak for you. I can only speak for me. So, like, in my mind, yeah, like that guy would get benched. But I mean, when you don't have a lot of guys, I think you kind of got to do what you got to do, and it's hard to think like that.
Yeah.
Oh, 5120. I like it.
All right, so that's going to be 761. I just got to make sure.
Yeah, I would have. It seems
Okay,
everything seems to be all right.
You're ready.
But yeah, both these teams, that's also a difference you kind of see a lot. Like the experienced teams tend to run with a lot more mediums, you know, get the mobility and the map control. You know, and like the less experienced teams seem to be always going for like the heavy setups, the health, the armor. You know, I guess it's a safer pick for
Because
them
armor's
all.
a crutch. Well, I mean, I think a lot of teams realize that armor isn't super relevant a lot of the time. Like, only certain tanks have actually, like, effective armor, you know?
Well,
like,
you
when
know-
somebody picks an E100, they're not doing it for the armor, they're doing it for the hit points and the gun. Like, everybody
Yeah,
knows the E100
well-
doesn't really bounce shots.
I kind of get it. I mean, in the less experienced, you know, with less experienced teams or less good teams, I guess, you know, obviously armor can make a difference because they tend to pen a lot less shots.
Yeah.
I mean, if you play
Yeah, they're
against
not
the
shooting
top
Prem
teams,
always, because... Well, like, the 5120 has 2 clips of Prem, you know what I mean? Like, because they're not... Like, the people don't shoot as much Prem, they don't know where to aim as much, so yeah, maybe armor does make a bigger difference there. That's true.
yeah, because you know they just don't pen as much as like
Yeah.
you know the better tankers do. So I guess it could
But
help.
there's honestly, like, I don't know, I don't really know, like, Immortal Scrim schedule and stuff, but, like, there's such a ridiculous skill gap in this team between the top teams and, like, mid-level teams, there's such a difference there that it's, like, so surprising when you actually see it in action.
Yeah, the
You know?
chart that I've been, the chart and leagues I'm making, there's definite lines
Yeah.
that are coming through. It's kind of shocking.
Yeah, but if
evidence.
like
Ooh, Baka getting double tapped.
I mean, obviously between silver teams, there's quite a bit of skill difference as well. Like between like the lower
Yeah.
skilled silver teams
No,
and,
right,
and the
exactly.
top ones, there's
Yeah.
a big difference there.
Well, yeah,
But even if you look in the gold division, like
Like, really,
you know,
only, like,
like,
the top
if
4 or
you-
5 teams are, like, yeah, like, the bottom...
I don't really
yeah.
want to give out any names or anything, you know, so
No,
I
of
don't
course
bump any heads. But there are
Digital
like
Octane
some
getting
gold
off the
teams
base.
that are
Sorry.
they're really experienced, you know, and then they're really good. But if they play like against like the real top teams,
I'm great coming in with the
you know, they
Z103.
usually get beaten 5-0 anyways.
Ooh,
Well,
Ammo
that's what
rack
I was
that-
saying. Oh,
M103.
did he get it popped, or did it just damage it? I don't know.
No, just
But
damage
no-
the ammo rack.
Like I was gonna say, like even the
fixed
best
it.
like 3 Silver League teams can't hang most of the time in the Gold League, and even like the bottom like 6 or 7 Gold League teams can't take on the top 5 Gold teams. You know, like there's such a gap there,
Yeah.
even though they're all technically in the same leagues. But there's such a difference in skill there, and it shows when a team
True.
gets like only dropped 1 round.
What I
Or
found
he
pretty
gets swept.
pretty interesting on
Light tank down.
pretty interesting on this game though is that both teams actually spread out completely. You know, I would say either
Yeah,
go
that-
for
good
like
dispersion.
1-2 line.
The high
or-
ground is
or-
important here. And they've
Well,
got
I
the
would
advantage. BK has the advantage
No,
from the
but-
high ground.
I would either go for the 1-2 line and go up there towards the cap, you know, or everyone just goes up and fight at like the 5-6 line. But now they're just fighting on like 2-3 different fronts, which is,
There goes
wouldn't
the
be a thing
T10.
I would do.
That T54 lightweight's in a good spot. He's pretty much got that T10's attention. That's over by the cap of digital octane. So the rest of them coming up the hill right now, they're going to have to contend with the other tanks to the right, but they're going to have them in a cross in just a moment.
Wow, yeah, these guys just turn around towards the Skoda and the Conk. Conk already died. There goes the Skoda.
Oh.
The only thing is, these games have been really close. Like, that last one came down to one tank. This one's still relatively close. I mean, it's still fun to watch.
Yeah, but what I was trying to say, like, just a minute ago. I mean, this feels like pretty much like a pub game because
yeah, there's a lot of
there's
mistakes
just
made.
all over the place. There are a lot of groups of 2-3 tanks. Left and right. There's fights going instead of there's like one organized pack.
I mean, that's where it goes back to like the skill gap and stuff. Like when you watch this game, it's fun to watch because it's still close, and like I've had a good time. But you can definitely see where they make a lot more mistakes. They miss calls. Their guys
but in my
play on.
In my opinion,
shots.
that isn't about the skill difference though. I mean, these players, can all be green win A players or whatever. But if you have a, sorry, just
okay.
do the damage first, yeah.
Yeah, just what. Quinto coming in with 2,800. 2K coming out of Big Ron. See, and I like fighting out of that bowl. I like taking command of it. Make those guys come up off the hill.
Go into the horseshoe. Yeah.
Yep, go into the horseshoe, and you hold your ground, and use your gun depression with your Conkers, and get your T10s up there in the flat. So if they push one side, I like getting set up right there on the encounter. That's one of my most favorite ones. Sorry.
But yeah, what I wanted to say is like, for me that's not really skill. Like, they can be really low on skill level, but for me it's about like having a plan, right? It's all about basically the caller setting them up. I mean, even if the players are really bad, they can at least be together, right? And like push one flank or, at least set up somewhat properly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I can see that. There's both elements of it, right? Like you can see where the caller probably isn't super experienced because I mean everybody starts somewhere.
Yeah.
And like you said, they're not keeping their guys together. They're doing weird things with them. And then there's also sometimes you see the individual guys aren't very well practiced either as a unit or individually, and so that's where them missing shots or like not focusing comes together. Is they're not synergized.
Yeah, true.
And they're not like they're not like a well-oiled machines like top teams that practice 2 or 3 times a week, and their guys are always ready to go.
Apologies for being AFK.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It was cutting wood.
Was it cold in the house? You had to start the fire?
Yeah.
It happens. Now, do you use your leg as a chopping block, or do you use a stump? I honestly don't know.
A stump.
What a tryhard. I almost cut my finger off doing that one time, because I was just being dumb.
So yeah, you're looking forward to tomorrow's scrim then, Anarchy?
Always. I haven't slept the last 3 days, up all night, drawing out the strats.
Is it scrim tomorrow?
TNG2 is playing Panda tomorrow.
Oh, can I come join?
I don't know, depends on how good of a turnout we have.
Having
you guys is really frustrating.
Yeah, stuffy, man. All of them need to go back to somewhere.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Alright, seems you're...
Yep, looks like they're finally picked all their tanks. Tanker, do you want to run down R1 and Pants run down BK?
Yep. Alright, so R1 is running a Bulldog, an E50, a trio of T10s, a Conqueror, and an AMX 5120.
BK is going to run the RU-251, the Motherland, pair of ST1s, a pair of E75s, and an AMX 5120.
Well, at least they got rid of the CDC.
Yeah, I know, right? They picked up something that's even worse. Like, the Motherland matchmaking is so inflexible. The gun doesn't do anything, and it doesn't have gun depression, and its armor doesn't matter. Like, I'd rather, as much as I hate seeing the CDC picked, I'd pick that over the Motherland. Like, the Motherland's only good when top tier and tier 6s are shooting at it.
I mean, honestly, if you have that much trouble, just pull out an IS-3.
Yeah, right, exactly.
There
you
you
never
go.
go wrong with an
Yep.
IS-3. Like, even in tier 10 games, that thing could be viable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like this guy only has like tier 5 or 6s as hires, and
He
I have
only
a
has
couple
prems.
of prem tanks laying around. Yeah.
Yeah, he
That
probably
might
hasn't
be the
even made.
case.
Maybe he hasn't made it past tier 8 yet.
I'm Great's also rolling
Alright.
only prem rounds
Interest-
as well.
STI is
Or you
Interested
have
to see
an
what the
Sacred-
teams are going to be going for now.
Sacred Shadows.
Well, like
running
E75.
two.
Wow, a lot of their guys run double repair kits. Like,
Well-
almost all of them do.
Look at Sacred Shadow.
No
He's
food.
Running,
I'm
running
guessing.
Octane.
He's running 105 octane
40.
and remove speed governor.
Yeah, and it's-
That's
and-
awesome.
No fire
And a camo net.
extinguisher.
Wow.
He's carrying a camo net. Remove speed governor and frickin' 105 octane. God
Wait,
damn.
what the?
And he's carrying
Okay,
66
this is
explosive,
another-
though. So that's
This
pretty
is
meta.
some other advice I would want to give, you know, like newer teams that actually, I mean, if for all means, if you're just having fun and don't really care about it, you know, just do what you want. But if you really want to try to get into competitive and get better, try to find like
Baka's
proper
gonna be in trouble.
loadouts for certain tanks. You know,
Well,
ask
literally,
some
like, yeah,
experienced
like, if
guys
you're in
or look around.
If you're in a Discord, just like ask how you should be setting your tanks up, and they will tell you.
Yeah.
Because
Just-
it's really,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
I mean, you
It's
can't.
not
I'd do
like-
a
they'll
search
tell
on
you-
large repair kit, small first aid, and large fire extinguisher.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, well, I run
go
food on
Seems
pretty
to
much
work.
everything besides the 140.
I mean, there's some tanks. Don't worry about food. Just run the larger. You don't even have to run the large repair kit, even if you wanted to. I mean, run the large first aid.
To be
kit,
honest-
automatic fire extinguisher and a repair kit.
Yeah. During a lot of practices and scrims, I, usually only have like an automatic fire extinguisher because that's why I'm running in
Ooh.
pubs.
There goes the
I
Motherland
rarely-
right up to
well,
that.
Some tanks I do have it equipped on because they're pretty for scrimming and all that. But during tournaments, obviously I usually run a large repair kit, automatic fire extinguisher, and then food.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
See, I don't like running food in scrims because if someone gets set on fire, it's basically your gun
Yep.
down.
Yep, I told my guys back.
But
in the
like
day,
I said, I do run a fire extinguisher. I just don't run medkits.
medkits.
If you have jack of all trades, having a crew member die is not even that bad, as long as it's not your commander.
I'm pain tolerance.
Like when your crew
Right.
member dies, you don't even notice it.
Yep.
That jack of all trades perk is honestly like super underutilized, especially when you're trying to three mark.
If these
a tank
four
that gets set
tanks
on
over
fire a
here,
lot.
if the 4 tanks from R1 can capitalize, they have an overmatch big time with an RU and that AMX 5120.
That
Yeah.
ST1 needs to push up.
R1 has been making bad trades again over here with the
Yeah,
DC10s
they
because there
can
are both they're
easily
like they're
take
both
out
really
those two
hurt
over there.
and their E75s are healthy. Oh, they got a little cross on them though. It's nice to see.
Oh, they got an STI still
Gary
over there at
Bonner
D1. I
was
didn't even
putting
saw that one.
rounds into the E75 a little.
Oh my
thunder
god.
and let-
Yeah.
Talk E75 makes me want to cry. Like he's got the 10 centimeter and he's missing 20-meter shots.
I mean, Archer and Quinto.
Cap
held
pressure, I
off-
like that.
Have
Oh,
really,
once
held
again-
Yeah, it's
off,
smart
and-
right now.
The
It's
5120 and
unintended
T10 need to
cap
push that
pressure,
guy. The 5120 and T10
Yeah, they are.
need to
The
push that
5120 is
ST1.
still
Yeah, okay,
loading.
good. Yeah,
He's still
but
loading.
they need him out of
so-
there. I think
Well,
R1
the other
might
guys
be able
need
to
to
take
push
this.
on the north
Oh, there
side.
they go.
There you go, Gary Bonner. I keep wanting to say Gary Boner.
But again-
Hey, this is a family-friendly show.
But
Hells, knock it off.
I
But
know.
again, they're fighting on 3 different sides. There's just
Yeah,
battles going
no,
on.
Little
like you
going
said, there's
on
no
and all.
cohesion.
That's crazy. Little
Like, they're all
Thunder
playing
is
different
owning, owning. Like,
Well-
the T10 held off Little Thunder and Road Rambler that entire time.
Well, like I said, I was watching it. One of the E75s had the 10.5, and he was also missing shots, and the ones he wasn't missing were bouncing. So it honestly took him a whole minute longer than they needed to kill him, and the E75s had bad enough DPM as it is. It took them forever to kill that guy.
That's a big thing too.
Uh,
Is not just
seems like this
capitalizing on
game
an
is over.
overmatch, but making it as fast as possible to get that tank out of the way. And what
Yeah.
I stress to my guys a lot is, even if that tank has 2 hit points or 2,000 hit points, his gun's still
Yeah,
going
and
to do the
that's-
same amount of damage no matter what. his
Yeah,
gun
exactly.
will hurt
That's
you.
where focus fire is important.
R1.
You need to
Well,
get guns
that's
Exactly.
why
out.
I'm
Taking a
saying-
tank out and
Wow,
making
we're
sure
going
you
to-
finish them off. Just finish
Yeah,
the
exactly.
job.
That's why I'm
Nothing's
saying.
more frustrating
That's
than
why
when a
I'm
tank
s-
gets away.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying is that armor is quite relevant for
All right,
these
so
like less experienced teams.
Yeah.
Gary
Because
Bonner,
they,
No, that
you know,
is-
they have
yeah.
trouble taking anything out.
Gary Bonner
Sorry,
coming in
no,
with 3140. Raging Stoner 2022, a digital octane 2430. I mean, the damage output was pretty good. Even the Bulldog got him 412 damage on R1 side.
Well,
Dang.
just to note though, on BK side, Little Thunder, he had 2.4k, but he also blocked 3.4k damage.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
like,
you know,
there was
that's
actually
quite
an
important as well.
interesting perspective, Quevlin, that I wouldn't have thought of, is that, like, if you're facing lower tier teams, you could literally, like, overwhelm them by just having armor, and the fact that you just make your
Yeah.
shots count and they don't. Like, I never even
I mean,
thought about that. but
yeah,
I guess
I've
that
even,
might be-
That's big.
I even played in a scrim like a less experienced team. They wanted to scrim us, and I was like, you know, all right. But you know, most of them weren't. There was like only one guy shooting prem. You know, the others weren't
Yeah.
even shooting prem. I was like, yeah,
Right.
you know. And
Well,
obviously,
that might
you know,
also
if stuff
contribute
like
to
that
the skill
happens,
gap
armor
thing, though,
helps.
is teams have those really heavy lineups, and when they go against better teams that are going with medium tanks, they can just shred their heavies.
Yeah, a
know.
lot of it too is just knowledge of the tanks. Like if you look at a lot of new players to the game, going up against something like E75 or even an ST1 for that matter, knowing where to shoot the tanks and where you can hit them, and a lot of newer players might not know the weak spot to hit it at, or when that E75 is really angled, that it's not going to be an easy pen. That maybe you should just start shooting them in the turret. That can make or break a lot of newer teams. Shot placement and knowing where to shoot those specific tanks.
What's the
Alrighty, let's see how they do. Ghost Town, not realizing this game has went to game 5. R1 took both games.
Good perspective I
on
hadn't considered.
Cliff. So, interesting. BK owning and,
And
doing very,
Oh, sorry.
very well on airfield, where R1 utilized that hill way better than BK did. So GG's to R1 on
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, I mean, and I think
Tanker,
that's
you're
also a
in.
reason why. I think that's also
Yeah,
a reason
he's
why
still disconnecting.
these top teams prefer like the medium tanks, is because it gives them more control, and you know, as the mobility,
Yeah.
it will make them, you know, make the rotations easier, obviously.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, no, I mean, I guess if I ever have to go against lower teams, I'll just run as much armor as possible. I'll have to remember to do that.
Well, you
But I mean,
don't
it
really
makes
have
sense when
to.
you
I mean,
see
yes,
those-
you can.
No, I was kidding.
You can, but you can also do like with if you still want to run mediums, you know, obviously if they run heavy and you run mediums, you get the map control and you can just, you know, get crossfires going and bleed them out, you know, without them even being able to do much back
Hey,
anyway.
Tanker,
So
are you gonna?
know,
They
both-
want you to go in.
Oh boy, he's getting the call up.
I think Baka had to go.
or
Like
or
an
he was
inbound.
crying.
Tank, are you going?
He's no longer in the party. I think he lagged out of the party just a minute
No,
ago,
he's
or
here.
he left
He's
the
in
party. Oh, there he is.
No, he's in here. I invited him back.
I saw a little
Tanker.
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta play. BK wants you. You just got recruited to BK.
You're hired.
Make it count. But no, I mean, that was
wanna
a
see
great,
that
like,
carry.
That's a good thought, though. Like, when you see how many, like, letting an E75 block 3K, not even side scraping, and then, like, all the other bounces that happen, they just need to practice, you know, making their shots count more. Because that was any team's game. It was just whoever hit the most shots right there.
Yep.
Yeah, there's so
Yeah,
many
like I
little
said,
battles
because they
all
were-
over the place. There was like 2-1,
Yeah,
2-1,
they were running
2-1,
all
2.
over. It's not really any tactics going around. This is basically
Well, that's why
just
Queb said it's like
It wasn't. It
pubs.
was point
It's
shoot,
like-
like
it's
pub, it's
basically,
like
yeah.
reload.
individual skills.
There's just there's little bad, like, skirmishes going around on all the maps, and it's just whoever wins more of those, you know, comes out on top. Like, if you win 2 out of 3 out of those skirmishes, obviously you win. But yeah, you can definitely see there's no, like, they're not trying to set up crosses to get tanks out, and they're not, like, sharing hit points as well. They're missing and bouncing. But the thing
yeah,
is,
or making
all that stuff
like
comes
one
with
big
practice.
YOLO push, you know, and focus them down.
Yeah, Yeah.
Or
The best part about that
I mean,
is, though,
that's
none
the
of those are,
most
like-
easy. That's the most easy tactic you can try, right? Is like get a
Yeah.
bunch of mediums, and yeah, you know, we tend to do it as you know, during practice sometimes as well. Like, you know, sometimes we had like too many people. Well, like we have like almost like a full training room of people. Yeah. Obviously, if you play 7 versus 7, you have to bench a lot. So you know, sometimes we
Yeah.
just do these focused firing trainings where everyone picks like, you know, like a Russian medium. And go at each other, right?
Immortals
and like
practice
one big
strats leaked.
fucking dog. Yeah, well, just one big dogfight, and
There's
you
your
know,
Type 4 heavy right
focus,
there.
focus them down one by one.
Oh. Yeah, no, I mean yeah, I can agree with that. But the best part is like none of that's a fatal flaw. Like all these teams have the potential to be very good. It's just all practice. You know, you just got to play. You got to
Yeah,
get better.
I mean,
Ask other people for
that's
advice.
what we keep
Run
saying.
dual Type
That's
4
why we
heavies on
keep
Ghost
saying.
Town.
That's what we
Wow,
keep
they're
saying
gonna
to our
run
guys
2
as
Type
well.
4 heavies, and Reform's gonna run his Lycan.
I might know what they're gonna be doing. Since this is encounter, they might block the entry to the flag and just cap it out.
That is
would
pretty
be cool.
smart, but
Here we go. Anarchy and Queblin. If you guys want to roll down, Anarchy take R1 and
Oh. Okay, so they are running a
All right.
Bulldog, an E50, trio of T10s, Conqueror, and a 5120.
On the BK side, running with a Lycan, a pair of STIs, a pair of Type 4 heavies, and then a pair of E75s.
I want to watch Tanker like a hawk, and I'm going to call him out after if he makes a
Alrighty,
misplay.
Here we go.
I'm
Yeah,
still here.
I'm just actually really curious if they, you know, there are 4 entry points towards the flag. If they put all those tanks like side to side, could they block all entry points and just put the Lycan in the middle?
I think
out.
the court
yeah,
that
but
would
you
be
could
amazing.
probably they could bust through it after a while.
Does
or
it
they could
when you
just
get
shoot
to
over the
like
tank.
I know in
Well,
standard
the problem
you
is
can put your own
obviously
guys on the
mobility
cap and it
and
doesn't
actually
cancel.
getting them there.
but
But
like in standard,
I
if you're
think the
capping
gaps
the
are too
enemy's
big.
base and their enemies get on it, it doesn't stop. But in counter, I think it stops when an enemy gets on the flag, so you can't
Yeah.
do
Yes, it
that
does.
because they can
Right,
always sneak
yeah.
in. Yeah. In standard, you could do that by just putting a light tank between them,
You could be able
and
to
they
block
can't
off
shoot
the
them.
north and south, the southeast, southwest, and
yeah,
the northeast.
the small
one.
ones probably.
The big ones are gonna
Yeah,
be
but you
Yeah,
still
because the
need
two
3
main ones
tanks
are
for that.
huge.
Yeah, there's too
Yeah,
much room
yeah.
there. There's no way. You could probably fit 4 or
I
5
mean-
tanks in one of those gaps.
I mean, in a tier 10, you can do it on Himmelsdorf with Mouses, I believe.
Yeah, well, did you ever see in the finals last year when they were doing it? That one, like in the corner, the mouse pushed a 1390 up sideways and pinned him, and you can't actually even see the tank.
Yeah.
He's barely on the corner cap. You can do sneaky
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that because he basically pushed him against the wall and flipped the 1390 like upright. And the mouse kept him so he
Yeah,
couldn't
you can
actually
force
get
a draw.
shot. Yeah.
BK over here thundering along. I mean, you could probably hear these guys coming a mile away.
I know, right? Tanker, how are you gonna supposed to play without comms with these guys? Like you're not even listening to the calls.
Yeah.
Well, he's a
Obviously,
scout.
doesn't take this
Those are
seriously.
usually the Lone Rangers anyway.
I
Yeah, I
just
would
worry he's not
definitely
taking
kick
this
him.
seriously. Yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't.
He's not committed.
Yeah, he doesn't have a BK tattoo yet. I don't trust him.
It's coming.
All right, seems like a big push is incoming from R1 to the south side. At least they're sticking together
Oh yeah.
right now.
Holy crap.
While
Yeah, that's at
BK
least nice
is
to see.
spreading out slightly more, getting a more
Oh, I
defensive
think the
position.
5120
The
might
one
get
problem
spotted on the
with-
tail end. Oh no.
The one problem with
Oh,
all these guys
BK
going
has
together
no
right here,
idea.
Anchor's in here.
they need to
He's
spread
listening
themselves
to
out
us.
just a touch to get some angles. There they go.
Yeah, Tanker
But,
is
like,
just
They can't
BK's
all
gonna
fall
be
in
in
the
for
same
a-
corner.
or commentating though and gets the information that way. It's,
Yeah.
it's cheating.
Oh boy. So not only
Oh,
is
there
he
you go.
not
That's a
committed,
good
he's
shot.
also a cheater.
The T10.
God dang it.
Lycan bouncing off the T10 twice.
I hope they charge
I think
into
BK
it
might
now.
actually cap this out.
Slaughter
No,
him.
no, they're coming. I was gonna say it'd be funny if BK capped that out because they pushed that heavy on that side.
Well, they're coming
5120
maybe,
is gonna
but
get
the
They need to hit the
question
right
is, can
tank
he-
though.
Oh.
Can he get a pen? And can he stay
Well, the
alive long
ST1
enough?
or the E75 bounced off the ST1, and the ST1 missed. So that was kind of nice to see.
Even if you can't pen,
Yeah,
if you can damage the track, you can
Yeah,
reset
yeah,
it.
exactly. You
That's
crit
all
the
it
track.
takes. And I tell
Yeah.
my guys that all
Right,
the time.
exactly.
If you can't
Who
get the
has
pen,
all the
at
time?
least hit the track.
What?
I think
High
it's the guy in the
explosive.
back. I think
Well,
it's
that
I'm
would-
Great. I'm pretty sure I'm Great has most of the points at the moment.
They need
'cause
to
the other two
stop
guys got
shooting at the
crit.
tank on the other side and shoot at the tanks in the middle.
Yeah, I'm almost positive I'm Great has
On
most
the
cap
flag.
points because the other guys have gotten hit.
They got
Oh,
Yeah,
they're-
it's
it's
really
gonna be
weird.
over.
That was
though.
interesting.
Something like this could happen.
And the 5120's
Oh,
reloading.
they got a
so
reset.
I think
Uh-oh.
BK's gonna
Yeah.
win it with cap.
Nope,
Because the
they got the
5120's
Bulldog
loading
coming.
and nobody else
Bulldog's
can
got
get-
him.
Yeah.
But he's not
Oh,
getting a
Bulldog
great
is
tank.
just-
E75 again, and the
Dude,
E75
And
already
he's
got
backing
reset.
up. Like if you don't
Oh.
get in there and get involved, the game's over anyway. Like
It's
just
over.
Die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unless that
Done.
T tank
That
can hit one of them,
frustrates me.
it's over.
Like when people don't like throw your tank away to get the reset, because if you don't do it, the game's lost anyway. So what does it matter?
It's
If you
over.
die,
Yeah,
the game is
Yeah,
lost
it's
no
the
matter
pup
what.
mentality.
that is it.
So why not get killed to reset?
That was a
Yeah,
big
they
one.
need
If you
to- I'm
watch the
Great.
beginning part of that engagement, they were shooting at the Type 4 Heavy on the other side of the cap that wasn't even in the cap.
Yeah, I mean,
At some point, somebody's got to sacrifice himself to the lambs and just either ram one of them, shoot somebody, hit a track even. That's all you really got to do is just hit somebody in the track.
All right, guys. So really fast, we're gonna do the damage rundown. Primal over there in his Type 4 Heavy doing 2361. What? What? 2361 out of a Type 4 Heavy.
Type 4 Heavy. 4 shots, 4 pens.
Wow. Rip. We're gonna end this that conflict on that note. Type
it's alright,
4.
you know, the only guy that died was Reformed Tanker. So, you know, kudos to him.
Bench.
Quick bathroom break, and I'll be back for the next one.
Yep. I was
Yep,
gonna
yep.
say, everybody, go ahead and take a quick,
In,
just a short break.
Just so you're aware, Nightmare, a couple of Nightmare guys are going to sub for NB. I do not believe they have enough on their own, so you're going to see
me
probably
in,
2 or
coach.
3 Nightmare guys. Oh, they have enough. With Nightmare, that is. They might even have enough on their own, but they got a couple guys just reading the Discord. They're going to be late. 2 that'll be coming in after it already starts.
Well, I could shoot, you know, I can try in a few games if it has to be.
Oh yeah, I don't have tier 9s, or else I'd offer.
I
Oh,
got
they'll have enough.
everything, man.
NB, for those who weren't aware, NB is a sub-clan of Nightmare. It's for people that want to start playing competitive, that aren't quite there
I'm
yet,
back.
or don't have the tank selections.
Yeah, we ran into
Or,
a
you
couple
know,
of your
those that
Nightmare
just
guys
wanna-
last night. I think they were on a 3-man. 2 of them had 3 marked IS3s. It was pretty cool. Me and Tank were running Pref 8s, I think. And I don't remember who they were. One of them had a 3 marked Fatherland, one of them had a 3 marked IS3. And we ran into
All right,
them.
guys, so we're gonna just take a short
at least-
break. Let me open up the room here, get everything taken care of, wait for these guys to pour in. So go ahead, get something to eat, get something to drink, get a burrito, get a nacho, get a burger.
Get 1 nacho.
Just
Just 1
stay
chip with a little bit of
tuned
sauce.
Wednesday Night Fights Live.
You guys miss me or what?
Yeah, I liked watching you play there.
Welcome to the
Yeah.
chat, Beaver. Beaver.
I didn't have any
Beaver.
comms, so
Yeah. Everybody chant for Beaver.
it's comless.
Beaver now rolling with the DP tag. Look at that, big ballin'.
What? Moving up in the world.
All right, I'll be right back, guys.
So what happened to DP? I mean, they're letting in beavers now?
Yeah,
my
no, that's how you know
God.
it's gone down. They'll be disbanded in a week. As soon as you let somebody like that in, it starts to rot.
Don't say that.
Oh wow, NB picked up D2AC XX Magic. He used to be from XGCL7.
I thought he joined Nightmare. I think he joined one of them.
Well, he did join Nightmare, but the second bit of it just to get some practice in. So how you doing, Beaver? How's the clan tag feel?
Tired. It feels good. It's good. I haven't got to play a game with it yet, though.
You know how I
think
feel
clan-
about my clan tag? I freaking hate it.
Yeah, clan tags are for tryhards.
Well, I just...
I don't even
you
need
know,
a clan tag and people YOLO me.
Yeah, that's mostly why I hate it. And well, you know, the YOLO is one thing. But artillery, man.
I was gonna say nothing worse than arty focus. Like at least YOLO, I can have like teammates help me out, but arty focus makes me want to die.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna link you something that happened to me today.
Well, like last night
Relating
when me
to
and you and
audio.
Revere were playing, and that IS-3 drove past both of us and was like, "I must kill tanker."
Oh my god.
I got a kick out of
That
that.
triggered me. Look in the general chat.
In what? Oh, okay. You want to make sure everybody sees it.
Hell yeah. Imagine how triggered I got from this.
Oh man, you know this website hates me. Oh, that's loud. Why were you camping though? Is the problem?
It's because there was about 1 billion tanks to my left.
Yeah, I was playing. I don't know if you were playing. I was playing the 50B, and it was on mines. First thing that happened, I went in the middle, got 4 rounds off, and the guy's trying to make the climb, and the tier 8 British arty, the FV3805 or whatever, pens me for over 1,000, and it just came right down because it's got such a good gun arc. Is that what it is? I thought there was an 8 in there.
You know that's what's shooting me in the clip, right?
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty hilarious. But yeah, it must have had a good enough gun arc to pen the roof of the 50B, so that was pretty sweet. Try every time.
So it's gonna be. Is it DP now versus Nightmare or?
No. I don't think so. I have no idea who's playing against Nightmare.
Oh, I know this.
I guess it's SOA. SOA.
SOA, yeah, it might be.
Well, I'm guessing since Hal asked those
Yeah, it's
teams if
SOA.
they were ready, so.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, we should just let this one mouse just roll around the battlefield for both teams to shoot at.
I've got no problem with that.
Scrims with a twist.
I want to know how I got outspotted by that Bulldog last game.
Probably might have had a better crew.
No, I have every single possible crew perk.
Oh, he has more
I
skill,
coded
probably.
optics, food, vents.
He has
and I
more
wasn't
skill,
moving.
man.
That was gonna say, the only other thing I can think of is that he outplayed you. Does
Weapons
the
and arms,
Bulldog have
recon,
better
Push mechanics.
situational?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Is it? No, it's got the same. So actually, quite literally.
I would
makes
think
no
the
sense.
Lycan would have better camo because it's smaller too.
Yeah. And I was not moving. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because light tank.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Regardless, you lost.
What do you mean I lost? I won.
Your team won it for you.
Well,
Oh yeah,
concealment,
okay.
let's
Even
see.
though they had a
Yeah,
billion.
the Lycan has
T9
slightly
tanks
more
at me.
concealment. The Bulldog has got 52 and the Lycan's got 58, so.
Oh, so that makes it even
Slightly
Yeah, so it
better.
makes no sense.
Even better.
I had
But
better
that's
gear
the
range
exact same thing.
and better
so.
camo.
I'm guessing perks. Maybe he had a camo net. Or binocs.
I didn't check
play
his
that
equipment. He
way.
could have had binos and camo net or something.
Yeah, it's the only thing I can think of.
There we go.
There's always an explanation. Everything in World of Tanks makes sense.
Yep. It's like hitting dirt 20 meters in front of you.
Same as the amount of RNG involved in this game. It makes absolutely sense.
Like I said, I think, like I've said this before, like you roll RNG for your pen, I think your armor thickness should roll as well. That would create some really hilarious scenarios.
No,
There's sure a lot less RNG involved in this.
Could you
I mean,
imagine
there's
that? Could you imagine your armor roll
there's
for
RNG
25%
on your
for its thickness?
pen roll. There's RNG on your damage roll, but then there's also there's so many fire
RNG on your
involved.
shot.
It's
But
ridiculous.
imagine being able to pen, like, if you got a high pen roll and the T95 got a low armor roll, just pen him right through his gun mantlet with like a tier 8. Like how funny that would be.
Yeah, but I mean, a roll on armor. I mean, an armor is just
No, I know. I don't think it's,
you know,
it's
it
a
is
joke.
what
It's
it
a
is.
terrible idea. Completely
Yeah.
like the worst idea. Like I think honestly RNG should be reduced to 10%
that wouldn't make sense.
and just allow good players to be even better. Because it's really annoying when like you're gimped by RNG.
What?
Yeah.
Was this 761 or 7?
Yeah, 760. That guy's not with us. I don't know who he is.
NBD.
So
I
many
don't know.
goddamn
Or if they
761s.
it'd be interesting if they made like
Sneaky.
team training or like a competitive lobby or something where you could have 10% RNG. Just because the less RNG and competitive, honestly, the better.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, how many competitive games have RNG involved, in them? I mean, it's pretty ridiculous, to be honest, that a competitive game like this has so much RNG involved.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, there's a lot of games you see that where it comes down to honestly like less than 1,000 hit points, and especially when a team brings Artie, all it takes is one Artie shell for the game to decide, oh, okay, you can hit this chieftain and hit him for 1,800, and you know what I mean? That would have been a win.
Or simply,
Same thing
I
with the
mean,
Death
this
Star.
is just an
Yeah.
example. Well, it's like a one-on-one, yeah. Like the best players facing like one of the worst players, right? Obviously, it should be pretty, it should be pretty obvious who will win. But the bad player could have like one RBRT lucky shot and Amorax him and one-shots him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, that's an extreme case, but it's ridiculous. I guess that's a good thing why there's always like best of 9 games and all that. So it will somewhat cancel it out on the long run. But
Needs 2 mercs. SOA needs 2 mercs.
If it was tier
Oh,
10,
God.
I'm your guy, but tier
Oh,
9
wait.
is not
Yeah, can I
interested.
stop going?
You could take, if you want to do it, you could take the 2 end guys and put them over there. MB has enough on their own.
Oh, yeah, that's cute. They both get some
well,
practice.
if they are okay with that.
Oh, they'll be fine.
That's still 6.
Pants is like, I'm telling them what they like and they'll like it.
Oh, they want me in there?
Hold on, let me.
Put him in. Put me in, coach.
Hold on, wait.
I'm ready.
I'm just scared you guys are gonna call me out on every mistake I make.
Well, I
if
have
play it
to.
over.
No, I
Yeah.
wouldn't. I don't do that. I don't do that.
I'll record it and send it to Tubbins. Be like, oh, well,
I just say like, I just use the excuse that the caller asked me to do that, to miss the shots and.
and we would never understand that because we can't hear the caller. So
Yeah,
really, that's the first try.
exactly.
This is the downside of Meltdown Mondays with some of these teams. They don't always have.
Yeah.
enough.
Nah, I mean, both games in a row now, a team has needed fillers because they
Well,
didn't have
tell
enough.
them I'm willing to help them out if it's needed.
For a price.
For play.
I just need one more SOA guy, and then the one and no, both of those guys are still there. Okay, they just need one more SOA.
Or they just need one more equivalent. And then we can get this show on the road.
Mr. Boy Duckling is saying, hell no, I'm going in.
He's just gonna play the tier 8 light.
Some of these guys are persistent, man. They come right back.
I
and
always
you
get
pick
such
them.
a kick out of that is when they join and they put a tank in and they're just like, yeah, no problem, I'm here. Like
9 out of 10
it's so
times,
funny.
it's like a tier
And
1,
it's
2,
even
or 3.
Yeah, like a low tier. It's like, you see guys picking like tier 10 tanks, and he's like, I don't care. I'll fucking wreck you in my T2 medium. Bring it, bro. Bring it, bro.
And then if you're ever hosting the room, people always message you asking for you to do stuff. Like people want to join rooms and take them over because like they obviously don't have a premium account. And so I get that when I host sometimes, is people message me and they're like, "Hey, can you do this?" And I'm like, "Dude, we're trying to do something here."
All right, they're trying to get their fifth guy in here, and then we'll get it started.
If they, like I said, if they need an extra, so they're not like short on tank picks or whatever. I'm eager to prove myself.
Dex also said he could play if needed.
Dexter,
Yeah.
get him in the room.
Why not Zoidberg? Why not? Why is like is Quevlin chopped liver?
No, it's all good. I'm
Bro,
saving.
I'm saying he offered in the chat.
I'm saving Quevlin Silver.
What a pail.
You know,
There he is, right
They're
there.
actually-
Elite killer up at the top.
I think he just knows Quevlin's OP.
I'm thinking next Monday we should have a commentators.
Yes. Yes.
like a
I'd be
3-on-3 or
down.
4-on-4, depending on how many people show
No, we
up.
could get a team of 7.
Make sure I know
At
he's
least
gonna be on the
relatively.
team this weekend.
Well, because we have.
You know what
let's
you ought to
see,
do? You know what you ought to do? You ought to take the clan leaders of every clan in this Discord chat, split them up into 2 teams, and the commentators, or commentators versus all the clan leaders, or something like that. Be kind of
Just do like the stuff with the commentators against.
We have
like,
6 guys right
you know,
here.
a couple random pickups from all these guys that usually play on Wednesday night fights. You know, from Nightmare, from NFGG, whatever. You know, just
Yeah, you could
pick
do
a team
that,
from that, and
um,
then the commentators.
All right.
Yeah, like you wouldn't want a full
right,
like regular team to play against each other. Sorry.
Pants, do you have Commander and Heavy go join their party?
yeah, I told them all in Discord. Heavy may not be in front of his Xbox at the moment, but Commander knows.
But no, we've got 6 guys. We could pick up Sniff or who else commentates a lot. I don't know. We could find a 7th.
No, there's
those,
actually quite a few more.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like Nerve, and there was.
Nerve.
Frazzle was there the other day. But what we what you know, to make it even easier, you could also just say like, all right, we'll set up a team with, you know, staff and commentators and all that, and then let one of these teams challenge us, you know, just for the fun of it.
No, I think we should do that as long as it's 768.
Hey, Beaver, can
if
you
need
get
Dex,
Dex?
he can come in.
Yeah,
Yeah, just open the room.
Okay, cool.
So do you guys actually want to do that? Would you guys actually be down for that?
Yeah, I could do that.
Only if you're on the enemy team.
There we go. I'll take
Well, no,
care
because
of
so I can start setting it up.
So Commander, so Pants, I just need Nightmare. I need Commander to go join their party, and then B tell Dex to join their party also.
Who's SOEs?
All right, I can get him. Let
Yeah,
me
it's
just
our
hop out
family.
of this party, and I'll tell you when to send me an invite back. I'll get them both.
Okay. I will send you another one.
Do we want to do it next Monday or next Wednesday?
Monday would probably be good.
You want to take the 8 p.m. or the 9 p.m.?
9
8.
PM.
8.
Oh, 8? You want 8?
Well, no, Queb
Well,
wants
I
8
mean,
because it's freaking not 5 in the morning for him.
Okay. So we can.
I mean, if it has to be 9, well, you know, I'll work at 9. You know, it's fine. As long as you guys pay me, it's all good.
Yeah, no, Beaver, can you make it next Monday at 9?
I will be at work.
God dang it, Beaver. Tanker, you can obviously make it, I hope.
If we could do it Friday night,
Depends
Friday
how
night
much you
time
pay me.
slot. This week I could do it.
So we could get Stiff or Nerve.
Yeah, Yeah,
or both.
I could probably. Well, let me talk to Sniff, Nerve.
I'm gonna find us a team right quick.
You can get quite a few guys.
Yeah, we'll worry about our team later. I'm gonna see if we can get a team to play us.
And I think Hellscat should be your caller.
Oh.
Streaming.
As
Arnicle Pro.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
gonna
Tanker's
talk.
not
Yeah,
calling
that
Frog.
makes sense.
You've had your fill.
I'm calling Pro.
We got Mad Hatter. Nerve.
Does Hatter play the game anymore?
Yeah, I think
What's
so.
a Mad Hatter?
Someone who changed their name to PC Master or PC Master Race.
Oh, that's Raw Raw.
Oh, please. Please. No. No.
Segmentic Dig. Sniff. Tim. TBDL. I mean, putting a team together. All right, and then Pants is back in here, right?
Yes, I am.
All right, I'm locking down the room.
They should have
got
a
his-
number
got his-
commander who's in their party. Heavy appears to be AFK.
I put him back over. On this on MB side.
Well, Anarchy for next Monday. Are you gonna get like a pickup group together for the enemy team as well,
I'm looking- I
or are you
wanna-
just gonna
I'd
take
prefer
like
to
a
play against
challenge
an
over an
actual
entire
team.
clan? Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of see what bites.
Well, if you
Like,
want to
we get an
do,
actual team,
if you want to do commentators against the
Excuse me, play
team,
against the
if
team.
you don't
It's
find
annoying.
somebody, Nightmare could always do it.
Yeah, okay. I think we should find a team. If not, a Merc group might be fun, and then if not, Nightmare.
Well-
unless Pansy want to play.
The thing is, in my opinion,
commentators versus captains.
Oh, we could do
Yeah.
that. I kind of already put the announcement out though. A little slow on the draw.
well, the thing is, if you
How did Heavy get unspected? Interesting. All right.
oh, we got some skilled tankers, I think, in the with the commentators and all that. So
I don't know about that. Tanker's a commentator. We let everybody in.
Or even
in that
one
case.
person from every clan.
Oh, we could
against
do that.
commentators.
Yeah, like a representative, if you will.
Yeah.
I'll put the, okay.
well,
that-
you
that's what
guys
we're gonna go with, okay?
figure it out. I'll just show up and shoot stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, Hellscat, you never changed my rollback. I want that purple name as well, man.
Now you want. Okay. Now you want. All right.
I could do it. It's not a big deal. I'll get it. It's not a big deal.
He wants his purple back.
I'm gonna put him in timeout.
I mean, it's all good, you know.
Now, I think the guest commentator tag takes precedent over his clan tag, doesn't it? Like, shouldn't it turn him pink now? Yes, it does. Perfect. Sweet.
Yeah, I had it before, but we changed it back to Panda because of me participating in a tournament, so people knew.
Yeah.
They got
I was
Heavy
the
back, by
contact,
the way.
basically.
Yeah. Okay.
He's in the other party.
So they have plenty enough.
There you
guys to swap out now. I just got to make sure you're not. You're over on the other side, right? Where are you at? I just don't want to.
Hells, I'm RSVPing for that tournament for you. You don't need to do it, obviously. Oh, you're coming. Sorry.
For what? This what? For
The
St. Louis?
staff thing you're playing. No, on Monday.
Oh, okay.
You're playing.
Who's streaming?
Hells is gonna stream and play.
Okay, KSI.
Oh, they got another one.
Oh, no, they're rolling it that way, guys.
Holy crap.
All of a sudden.
So what are we up to over there now? How many do they have? 6?
6.
I'm just stating facts, man.
I'm sensitive. Please lay off.
What?
Oh, there's a way to fix that. Just grind the tanks.
I have all the tanks I haven't bought back. Well, I mean, the only thing I don't have is like a Conqueror. But I've got the ST1, T10, E50, T54.
Alright, here we go. Getting ready to launch.
Well, you had it
We're
unlocked.
way behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they have the tank picture?
NB is good. D2AC just confirmed they're good.
Okay, Magic. I'm glad Magic went over to you guys. He was a prospect.
Yeah, me too. Yep.
Alright, here we go.
He's helping out
so
big
I
time.
Oh, sorry. So, Hells, do you want to play in that thing on Monday or no?
No.
No, you don't?
Oh, it's me.
He wants to stream it, I guess.
I want to stream it.
Crap. Okay, then we need 2 more.
If you do it on Beaver's work schedule, Beaver will play.
We'll do it next time we do one. I'll make sure you can get you in.
Somebody on SOA.
No
side.
mediums for NB.
Oh, Pants is gonna. The best part about they gotta be sweating with Pants watching this. It's like you're gonna see them make any mistake.
Hell's Dexter can't get in their party, so I'm assuming they're gonna run with the Psycho Freak guy.
I like
But
him
he
better
wants
anyway.
to know if he can.
They're saying they don't know Psycho Freak.
Wait, what?
What?
How can they not
Stole
know
the
him? He's in
tag.
the clan.
That's awesome. He's like the guy who's doing the tags was just like, oh, this guy applied, might as well accept him. He's gonna pick a tag. They know him. He's playing. That's awesome. Oh, that's funny.
Okay. A Borsig. Holy.
No one knows Psycho Freak. That's hilarious.
It's kind of a weird setup on both sides. You get the ROM, which the only place he's really going to be relevant will be in like a corner at like A1 or K1.
Yeah, I don't like the Borsig on him.
If he gets spotted, he's going to get toasted.
Oh. Yeah. I wouldn't even go for Conquerors on this.
Yeah.
You know, and they're not completely useless, but you know, E75s I kind of understand, but I usually prefer like T10s and Wheezy 114s.
Yep.
Because of mobility.
I'm sorry to all the viewers. I know this is taking forever.
Oh, that's not your fault.
But Psycho Freak picked the tank. This they don't know him.
What's wrong now then? All
This will
right.
turn into
Set
freaking
up.
Tuesday morning fights at this pace.
Yeah. I'm here till midnight.
Oh, it is for me.
Oh man, just kick him.
They said kick him.
I can't believe that. Just like, let's just give the tag to this guy because he plays.
Psycho Freak, if you're watching this, sorry for this, buddy, but
You're out.
all right. So here we go. 365. You're still missing a tank. Oh my God.
I'm surprised they're not going to
They
have
got
Commander
Dexter
Dexter
picked.
tier
in there. If he would just, if they would invite Dexter to the
I'm
party,
shocked
he
they're not
would
gonna
be a
have him.
strong second.
I wonder where It's Provoked is. He's a leader.
I think he's out of town on work.
I'm gonna go take a nap. Wake me up when this starts.
Commander will play. What do you?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
would
he's
be.
on
They'd be
stage,
smart
yeah.
to pick Commander. He's a really good tanker. I mean, his recent WN8 with over 105
Yeah, and
games this month was 25-44, and last month 27.
And what would the team be without a commander?
What I'm saying.
I mean,
Oh, and they put heavy in.
they're still down.
Okay, banned from tournament. Find a new team to replace them.
Yeah, I think both the end
He's
guys,
saying
Heavy
that
and
Commander's
Commander, are
There
in
it
the
is,
party
yeah.
with them.
There you go.
Okay.
No, they have one tier point too much.
Oh, I
Be a
see
tier
what you're saying.
7
Yeah.
or 2 tier 8s.
Oh, that's awesome.
Man.
I love it. Every second of it.
It's the same thing what happened last match, right?
Oh, god dang it.
Well, SOA is typically on the ball with this, but
Apparently, when It's Provoked's not there, they're just like running around their houses screaming, and they don't even understand what to do. Like he's the glue that holds them all together.
Oh boy. They're probably gonna
Now-
have to talk this over. Who's gonna drop what tier
I like
9? If I was gonna
NB's
drop one of
pick,
those,
like, picks.
Maybe
I'd drop
it
one
might
of
be
the
best.
Conquerors.
Are
gonna drop the
these guys
54.
Are those guys English talking? Because maybe it's wise if
They
someone
are.
just
Yeah, they're
join their
American.
party and
Yeah, they're
explain
English.
to
Yeah,
them
they're
what's going wrong.
they're English.
Or maybe one should just join their party real quick and tell them what's
I
what
don't
think
they're
they gotta
doing
figure it
wrong.
out.
Unfortunately.
we're almost an hour behind schedule.
Let's go.
Well, NB though has I like their tank picks. Really meta.
Oh my God, really?
I'm a
Pick
fan.
your tank, or I'm gonna start kicking people.
Like I said,
I mean-
I guess we losing tournament privileges.
These guys that are on their team, these nightmare guys, should be knowing what's going wrong, right? Ah, there we go.
They should
Oh
be
yeah,
yelling
Got
at
they
it.
you.
definitely know what's up.
The only thing is when you're in like another team playing for another team, like it's hard to feel like it's your place to tell them how to do business.
I would
Like you don't want to come in there and start trying to run the show.
Well, I'm not gonna be telling like, you know, you should be picking this tank or that tank, but I would have explained them by now. Like, you know, there's 61 tier points you have, so either pick 2 tier 8s or 1 tier 7.
Yeah, and please do it quickly.
Yeah, seems like they're ready now though.
So basically, for us to stay on schedule, each one of these matches can only last 2 minutes.
No, I told him the game ends in 13 minutes. First game on Himmel's door. Here we go. Sorry guys, didn't mean to cause all the confusion and everything. SOA will be talked to, and this that are actually all the teams tonight are going to have talk tos and start having their crap together. I apologize to all the viewers that did have to leave.
Too bad the stream is delayed, but teams, if you're listening right now, what we want to see is like full out YOLOs. Just all turn around, go up towards the castle and slam each other in the face. Ram speed. Do it.
Be interesting to see if they send anybody up the hill. Right off the bat, they get the
guys,
hyperlinks to do it.
Guys, turn around. They're right behind you. They're right behind you.
No.
Andrew, do you want to roll down the MB tank listings, and then Queb, you want to go down on the SOA listings?
NB's rolling out with 2 IS3s, pair of T10s, an ST1, and 2 Conquerors. No vision.
And on the other side, Soa is running with the Borsig, the Object Force 16, a Betcha AP, 2 E75s, and 2 Conquerors. And they actually roll up towards the castle right now, but
Right.
this
If one of the
might be
teams
getting
turtled, I
into
would
a
have been
fast
so
gap.
triggered.
Okay, so what I'm gonna tell everybody is, I'm sitting here on hold. If you have a tank that is really good on side scraping, and you're pulling forward on the turn, exposing your whole thing, you need to have be checked. I mean,
Need to be checked.
something. Because any other good person would side scrape with it and spin it, not poke out nose for
I'll
What do you think of the
I'll
setup
poke
right
a
here?
spot.
What I kind of
T10s.
like here on the Nightmare side is obviously they take control of the cap zone, but well, I don't understand this other T10, but they put these T10s in those windows, so the guys
Those
that
windows
come
are so
from the
good.
hill now, yeah, they can probably hold those guys up. They're coming from the hillside now, so. What I would like to see though is that they actually put it some more in the cap. I don't understand the positionings of the Conquerors there and the
Yeah,
SDI.
they could put 2 in the cap at least. But in like tier 10 battles, 1 E3 in that window can like ruin the game for somebody. Like those windows are such a strong spot.
Yeah, I mean T10s are perfectly fine for that as well.
Yeah.
Dark Stride using his side scrape. See if Magic. No, Magic has.
The other T10 should get in the window next to that guy, honestly, so he can shoot down the other road. Like, I don't know why he's not playing in that window, but
Yeah.
He should
still.
have went up in the window.
It seems like Nightmare listened a bit. They moved up the STI and the Conquerors towards
Stream
the cap as
sniping
well.
confirmed. Yeah, and they're hugging that
I mean,
building.
now they can just... Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, the Conquerors could just, you know, try to take out these 2 mediums, while the other 2 just don't lose any cap points.
KSI Phantom now coming down the middle.
Yeah, that's actually a smart move, because the other ones are just stuck
Oh,
against
God.
those T10s.
That 416 catching the next one. That hurt. He just got
Seems like
smacked by everybody
T10
and
is-
set on fire.
I don't understand why this T10 is not really side scraping. Well, not properly at least.
KSI completely going around. He's trying to speed forward. This is why
You can hear Hell starting, his lips starting to twitch.
Yeah, this is where mobility comes in.
Yeah, this is why you don't use.
There goes the OBJ and the T10.
Oh, there goes
That's
that
why
guy.
you don't see many top teams use the E75, just
Yeah.
because of
Yeah.
that reason, mobility.
Well, not even the
And
mobility
DPM,
as
and
much.
DPM.
Well, the mobility, yeah, exactly. The
And
DPM is what kills me.
Fishy here should have went and now pushed forward, not pulled back, pushed forward. He's lost all of his points. Pushed up there, and even if he dies, that make KSI have to come out farther.
Yeah, the same thing happened with this Conqueror. He didn't got reset it yet, but he's out there trying to trade shots. He could have
Yes.
just hogged those buildings, be absolutely safe.
Fishy needs the
Game was
angle a
already
little bit
won.
more. Oh, there it is.
There it is. All right, now.
And the other one, it's over.
Ah, now they have it. Yeah, it's over.
Yep, Fishy just a little bit of tweaking, just to ensure if shots go across that they would ensure the cap. But there you go.
Yeah, and really the only thing I would have changed was both T10 should have been in the window from the beginning.
Yeah,
So
I don't know what
other
Lockheed
tanks
was
didn't.
doing.
So the other tanks didn't get down that one road and not be able to get shot, but still.
Yeah, and on the other side, on Suicide, what I would have done is get like the 416, maybe the
Dang.
bad jet, go like up towards the castle if you really want to check that out. But obviously
you.
they send their
you.
main force over the hill, which takes way too long.
He's showing
Beasting
off,
it out there.
Yeah, that window paid off for him.
Alrighty.
That was a great spot. That was actually a good tactic by NB right there to get 2 tanks to hold off the flank, because you can really imagine, unless they really had it in them, they weren't going to rush those 2 T10s. If they both stayed in the window, there's really nothing the other team could have done about it but eat shots trying to get to them. And they had an
Well,
IS-3 backing them up.
They could have,
accidentally backed
because
out.
they kind of did. I mean, the E75 just took a turn and went to like the inside, but he was like
Yeah, that's what they would
all
have
by
had to have
himself.
done. Yeah.
they should have done it all. Well, they shouldn't have put like all the heavies over the castle in the first place,
Right.
because it takes so long.
Hey, Anarchy.
But yeah.
Yo.
Did you talk to UGCC and who they're facing tonight and tell them we're running? We can keep these games moving fast enough. We'll get them.
Yeah, give me a second. I'll take care of it.
All right, thank you. You know what I meant.
What do you want? One of them, and I'll take the other beaver. You got both.
I'll take UGCC if you want to get with SKB.
SKB.
Yeah.
All right.
Tell them we're just.
Um,
I'm trying to let these guys play.
with those windows, the other key is to not back up like with the T10s. You should play
He has a
as
hell
like
of an
literally
echo.
driving into that bit of concrete,
Tanker.
because when you back up, your upper plate can get shot.
Hey, Tanker.
Yeah, because they're shooting from a high
Yeah.
level. They're shooting
Yeah.
down on
Go
you.
in,
Mhm.
sir.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You can hear
Yeah,
it.
someone
on-
is.
Yeah, you can hear it through us. Every so often. It's not there now. Sweet. Thank you, sir.
I think it was beaver. It was
No,
actually
I
Beaver.
was watching. Was it beef?
Well, because his mic's muted now, and like he plays his sound through his TV. Because I saw his thing flash a couple times. I'm almost positive it was beaver.
Oh, I don't play sound through TV.
Oh, really?
Nah, I keep mine on mute.
I don't know. It looked like you. Still gonna blame you.
So
I'm gonna blame myself like always.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, my WN8 hit 800 Anarchy.
What?
It hit 800.
800? Oh, well, is that good? I don't know what WN8 is.
Oh, well, yeah, it's pretty good.
Dang.
Did they change any tanks? Because I was like in the 900s before I went, I think.
I'm gonna have to check and see if mine changed, because if so, I'm gonna be triggered, because I hate when they're screwing around with the numbers.
Yeah. Swore I was, yeah.
Well, they nerfed the 5.4s when 8 the other day, and then changed it slightly up again. But
I know.
that's been a while ago.
No,
No,
not
that's fine.
yet. No, don't tell us. Thought you're telling them to wait.
Wow.
Who
I think
ripped?
you can close the room again. It was Wizard
Yeah.
that left the room and he's back in.
Okay, cool.
I just messaged SKB. I couldn't do it on my Xbox because it's not letting me send messages, so I had to do it on my phone. Sorry, it took me a second. I just told them Monday Night Fight's gonna be a little late. Please don't yell at me.
Did you really say please don't yell?
No, I didn't. I should.
Someone is sitting right next to a fan, it seems like.
That would be
They're in a
my,
wind tunnel.
Or playing on an aircraft.
that would be all my air movement stuff on my end.
Ah.
Yeah, it's me. All right, Beaver, you want to go down SOA, and Pants, you did it last time. Anarchy, go down.
Tanker. Oh.
Okay.
SOA has the OBJ 416, the T54, the E50, the Baby Bat, the IS3, the E75, and the Conqueror.
All different tanks. I love it.
Alrighty.
Okay, NB has a pair of IS3s, pair of T10s, an ST1, and a pair of Conquerors. Again, mobility is for nerds. So, the more heavy tanks,
Well,
the better.
Well, yeah, I do. Well, on a map like this,
No,
I do
I-
prefer their
I-
lineup in
I-
general, though. They're
I do
too much
agree.
mediums on the other
Don't
side.
listen.
Yeah, that's why I said it was
He
for
doesn't know what
nerds.
he's
That's
on
why I
about.
said it was for nerds. You don't need it on this map. Like, the
Yeah.
only thing you need is on, like, standard, like, one tank to scout hill,
Maybe
but on this it
maybe
doesn't
so
really matter.
as
Maybe one of those
because of the-
Conquerors for like an E50.
well, you know,
Oh, okay,
because
You might have thought.
Nightmare kept out on them last time. Maybe, you know, obviously they think like we need more mobility. But what I'm guessing is they're either gonna try to like rush them in there, you know, behind them by going over the castle, or they're gonna be trying to, you know, rush towards the cap and try to cap them out before they can get there. But you know that won't matter as much because those T10s are still mobile enough to get there. But you know that's what
Snake is back
can only
at
think of what
0
they're trying to do.
prem rounds, by the way, and 14 HEs.
Wow. That's not even fair,
Wow.
to be honest. HE is so OP.
Well,
Hulk
it is
Hogan
for the
has
cap
included-
reset. It can be used for cap reset, so you know that's a fair.
That's why I
point.
said, yeah, it's OP. Well, no, the IS-3 that doesn't have any prem rounds, what that is when you buy a tank and put a package on, that's the suggestion that it gives you, and you don't change it. That's like the stock thing.
Over
It
Easy
doesn't look
also
any-
has 0 prem rounds, but he's a bat chap.
Yeah, that okay. Both and the Snake guy or Snake is back is the same thing.
Elite Killer has 0
basically-
prem rounds as well.
Yeah,
The same
it's
loadout.
basically the stock. It's the stock lineup because the game
Yeah,
gives you like
Hulk has
half and
0
half
prem
for
rounds as
some
well.
reason. Like if you ever notice that when you put a package on, how it gives you like a bunch of AP and like half high explosive and no prem. Like they just haven't changed their loadout. I don't know if they
Yeah,
know they can.
but well, you will notice that, right? I mean,
Yeah. Isn't that one of them?
Okay,
This
so-
is where not
They
having,
did-
not having medium
they
is going
did-
to hurt them. Is they're
they
not
did-
going to get the vision.
Yeah, they
did
didn't send anything
rush
hill.
towards the cap. See, this doesn't
Nobody said
really make
anything hill.
sense because now they send all the mediums towards the cap, not actually going
Yeah,
for
right.
the cap,
Why would you?
and
want-
now they're just
you
gonna
want
sit there
heavies.
trade with heavies.
Yeah, like if you're gonna
Um,
put guys on cap, you want heavies. If you're gonna play hill, you want mediums. So they went like opposite. They picked a bunch of mediums to sit on cap.
Yeah, now it's gonna be hard trading for them.
Right. Honestly, NB could probably just push like an IS-3 up to the counter that T-54 in the building. I don't know if he'd survive the trip though.
Well, I'm kind of scared here now. SOA requested to go against NFTG on Wednesday.
Nah,
And,
they can't get guys together.
Well, yeah, and I'm at that point now. I might. So to all the teams watching, I have a 10 p.m. slot against NFTG Open on Wednesday. If your team is interested in fighting a really good, high-ranked silver team,
They're a gold team.
no, they're not. They're silver.
They got knocked out last.
NFTG?
WCL.
NFTG.
Yeah, they missed out on
wow.
gold by,
Yeah,
like, one
7F
game.
knocked him out.
They
They've
can
had
be
such bad
gold,
luck.
but-
You know, they've
That's
been-
You know what I
crazy
don't
because they're a
understand?
good
bad
team.
luck with their
What-
rank.
what
They've
I
been
don't
matched up with
understand
like
right now,
7
what's
after the
going
last
on
3
in this-
WCLs.
What I don't understand in this battle right now is, you know, they had this IS-3 looking at to see if someone's coming behind, you know, from the castle side, but they still also has those T10s there. They're basically, you know, wasting time for that. I would just keep that IS-3 there, you know, keep the lookout as in your scout for your flank, but at least make some more use out of those T10s because they're just collecting dust right now. And
They're
the
going to
same
have to
goes
do
from the other
something here in a
side.
minute. If they get another person in that cap, it's really going to speed up that timer.
And Nightmare's doing, yeah, well, no, that's not Nightmare.
Hells,
It's a
what's the
combined
tier
thing,
that
but,
NFTG wants?
So
Do
is
they
doing
want
the same thing.
768?
Of like,
Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure.
I mean, there's a lot of tanks that are actually not doing anything at the moment. They're just being useless.
Conqueror's getting spanked. I don't know why they would want to put Conquerors right there. The Conquerors are not built for long range flat.
Here comes a T10 on the side flank right now.
But he's all by himself,
Yeah,
though.
I like that. It should be able to take out the T-54 right there.
Yeah, the T-54
Taking
is
a
pretty much
shot.
a one-shot.
Yeah, well, he's just YOLOing in. He could just shoot in there.
There it is.
They don't need the cap reset that bad, but still nice. Well, now
And he's out.
now SOA lost all their cap pressure, so that's got to be annoying.
Oh,
yeah, those
they also
Conquerors,
have-
side
though, are
scrape
just
that.
kinda
Don't
getting farmed.
show your side.
I feel like you're writing down each little infraction to bring it up to him later.
So, Nightmare's still running without an IS-3 and T-10 because they're still looking at the church.
How can this
No.
IS-3 even get shot
Doing their
down
prayers.
range? Over. Wow, dude. Elite
Well,
Killer's pretty much
The
out
same,
of
the same thing to SOA though. I mean, they still have the E75 there. Oh, he's moving up right now. But also this Conqueror and this Batch AP, it doesn't seem like they're actually in the battle.
I'm just gonna mute my mic.
Oh, that's not a good
Oh,
spot to be
Heavy's
backing up
gonna
in for
hurt.
Heavy. Yeah, he's going to get hurt
Heavy's
for
gonna-
that. He's going to pay big time. Yep.
Yeah, he paid with his life.
But here's the other issue. You
E35
got
is
this
YOLO pushing.
this E75. If these IS3 and the T10 get on that E75, they got them.
No, NB is
But
gonna
they
go
don't
up
know
cap
what the rest of
pressure on
them
it, looks
are.
like.
Now they know what the rest of them are.
This
Now they know, so
E75
they
is
should be able
going
to-
for a weird freaking flank.
Oh yeah, he's YOLO.
Yeah, the T10 and the IS3 need to figure that out.
Well,
But they've been
and doesn't
unspotted,
know
so
that- Yeah, they haven't been spotted yet. So yeah, there you go.
What did I say?
And they're
I
backing
zoomed in
off.
on that IS3, wondering what he was thinking. So I mean, honestly, they see, just make your standard lonely push. Don't push those conks up too far. And slow and steady wins the race. Got a Wizard of Gore trying to get a side scrape on, exposing a little bit too much.
They're having issues with the E75 though.
Yes,
This is
they are.
Yeah, they need to.
Interesting.
They
They
really
could
need
just
to push
push him.
that.
Fishy just went down.
They're
Well, they
taking
don't
too
really
much
have-
time.
I mean, at this point, it doesn't really have to because they're already that far
Yeah.
ahead and they've got control of the cap. But yeah, normally, you know, it's 2
They
against
know where
1.
the
You
tanks
need
are
to-
now. Yeah, they
Yeah.
know that there's 2 over there, and there's only 3 tanks left, and one of them's staring right at them.
Yeah, you know, but fair
if they-
enough, they got control over the cap, so they don't really have to kill this E75 or whatever.
And here they go.
But normally, you go into
That
E10
IS3
is
is gonna
too
get caught
far
out.
away. Yeah.
Yeah, the T10. I don't know what Lonky's doing, but she needs to get in there and help him.
Ooh, mercy roll right there. How much HP does he
Oh,
have
that
left?
T10 needs to pull up.
If the IS3 can just hide, and he needs to get out of the way and let the T10, who's full health, take the damage.
I kill you, completely whipping his shot. Wow, right over the back deck. That time, they got him. That time. Over easy on a reload, on going on the flank.
Well, it's good they have cap pressure, though, so the bat can't just draw it out.
That T10.
Lonky needs to get herself right in the battle.
This E75, but he hasn't. Yeah, Lonky.
If she's
hasn't
not
done
careful,
anything.
they could lose this game.
Oh, they got off the cap. No.
There goes Magic.
If they're not, well, actually, he doesn't have enough health to deal
Yep.
with creamies or kill you.
Yeah, this is it right here. He's gonna
He's in
angle
big trouble.
out.
Yeah.
Kill you.
He's gonna get smoked by Lonky if she gets to the
Kill
side.
you.
She's
There you
blocking
go.
herself from a shot.
Get out of the nice 2
Yeah, but
The
bounces.
mercy
Lonky
bounces.
seems.
Oh my god.
Seem,
Easy clutch.
Lonky seems to
Oh.
be doing everything in his power to not do anything this battle. So, you know.
That was crazy that E75 bounced 3 kill shots right at the end. Oh, kill you. What a good game.
So
And
incognito, even though he got
incognito.
taken
That guy
out.
was
Yeah,
getting down,
dang.
man. He dropped 4,000 the first game, 3,200 the second
Yeah,
game.
for MVP of the night, he's working on it. Man,
Yeah, he's also calling for him. I would imagine he's calling for NB right now as well. He's actually
bet
pretty
you
good
he did,
strategically. He's
you know.
actually pretty good with that.
Well, GG's to Nightmare B.
All right, so that we saw what they have to clinch it in one more map. Here we go. Here we go.
Province.
No, I'm not gonna be that mean. No,
Give
I'm
him-
not gonna be
give
that
him-
mean.
Mines.
That's
Their heart was really set on Siege.
Siege.
Oh, Siegfried.
Yeah.
Okay, why not? Okay. Oh wait a minute, the MB is right.
It sounds like you're doing favors for somebody and paying
Oh,
attention to
Siegfried
decisions.
is Siegfried is another kind of city map though, so I would rather go for a lot more open. See, there you go.
Yeah, Pants is
Get-
pressuring
get
you
to
to
the
do something
point.
you don't want to do. You're your own man, Hells.
Right, and everybody's out, right? All right. 367. Okay.
The Borsig.
Yeah, we
now
need
this
to
is
play
where it
with
almost
Let
makes
him just
sense.
throw him up and go.
Oh,
Yeah, this is where the
exactly.
Borsig does make sense.
Yeah, but it seems like they're just running with the same setup on, whatever map they're getting, not really trying to,
You don't do that normally? That's not the way you call?
no.
Oh,
I
well, you're
changed
missing
my
out.
setup
It's way
accordingly
easier that
on the
way.
map.
Less thinking.
That's true. Instead of saying like, hey, you go in this tank, you in that tank, you can just say like, hey,
we're
everyone
running the
same tank,
lineup.
same tank.
That's all you gotta say. We're
Yeah.
running the lineup, and everybody knows what to do. We all gotta run a different tank as well. That's SOA's kind of thing. To make it for whoever to call it their tank lineup, make sure it's as hard as possible.
I wouldn't go for a T10.
If you were
I
gonna play
wouldn't go
the
for the
8 line, you could.
E75.
If you're gonna play the 8 line, the T10s might be pretty good because they can actually get like hold down over there.
I'm gonna go IS3 and IS3. Wow, with only one medium.
I would just go for tier 7.
I would have thought.
What is
Yeah, I
NV,
would have went
like,
tier
what is
7
their-
light.
Why are they so against medium tanks all of a sudden?
I have no idea.
I don't know if they had like
what
said
I
something
what I
like
will
over
be
with their
running-
mother or something.
what I
That's
will be
way
running-
too heavy on this map.
I agree.
What I will be
IS3s.
running on Prokhorovka in tier 761 will be a Bulldog, 2 E50s, 2 T54s, and then 2 Kongs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I agree with that completely.
If I were gonna call this
Or
one,
three
two
top
E50s.
Maybe swap
Yeah,
out
2
one
E-
T54 for Baby Bat.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say. The baby bat. I'd probably
that's
go
just-
LTTB.
Well, either thing will work. Well, LTTB could work instead of a
Well,
Bulldog.
IS3 and T10s is like really redundant on this map, honestly.
Yeah, if it were me calling, I would have went either. We probably went with a LTTB, a Conqueror, maybe even 2 Conquerors, 2 E50s, a T54, and maybe a baby bat.
Well, once we do get in here, Pants, I'll have you roll down SOA, and Quedlin, go ahead and roll down MB.
All right.
So SOA is gonna roll out with Borsig, an Object 416, a T54, an E50, the Baby Bat 25, the E75, and a Conqueror.
And on MB side, they're running with the Skoda T50, 2 IS3s, 2 T10s, and 2 Conquerors.
Hey,
The
guys,
guy they're gonna
I
have to
just
watch
got
this match is
a
gonna be Commander and his Conqueror. He's real good in that thing on the map like this.
You want Beaver?
I just got a message from somebody watching. They say your mic is still really, really low and they cannot hear you. But everybody else could be heard fine.
Okay.
Who we're talking about?
Well, I really haven't been talking very much, so.
Like I said, we're turning this into the Not Hell's show.
Yes.
We're taking over.
This may be your stream, but this is my episode.
Okay, interesting to see. NB is actually gonna be fully committing towards the hill and the cap, while the other side, SOA, is just going for the 1-2 line. And this could be a problem for them. I mean,
It's
if they,
it's gonna be devastating if they
NB
don't get somebody on the other side.
Yeah, if MB
Oh,
just
MB.
goes for the cap,
Get on that
with 3
cap.
guys on that cap behind the buildings, this
What's Phantom
T54
doing?
They could
won't
honestly
be
a
they could
quick
quick
cap.
cap it. Yeah, they could
They
quick
could
cap it
just-
with 3 guys on.
Yeah.
That's the only problem.
they're not
with
in
NB
position
not
to help.
bringing mediums is they don't know what vision is right now. You know, like they have no
And
idea where
even-
anybody is.
Even if the mediums of SOA are able to get there, they have a big overmatch because the Conquerors won't get there on time, or I mean the Conk and the E75. The Borsig will never get there on time. So basically they create a 7 against 4
Yeah, they
by
need to
just
get
Well,
getting
these
SOA
this cap
would like
range.
a really good tactic if it was standard battle, but doing that on encounter is like useless.
Yeah.
Especially with that Borsig being back there, like this being an encounter, he
See?
literally is never going
So
to
They're
now-
gonna get spotted right here. Yep, here they go.
So now they have 2 guys in the cap, 40 seconds. So basically within those 40 seconds, well, they only maybe just make it, the E75 to Conqueror and the Borsig. But in the meanwhile,
Well, and also, like, they're punishing them getting close, which is what they need to do. Like, take hit points off before they even get there. So by the
Yeah,
time they
yeah,
even try to
true. Yeah,
reset,
yeah.
they're already hurt.
yeah.
You get an IS3 coming back. He's gonna hit the C50 in a second. Oh,
Yeah,
Skoda,
well,
you
like
jumped
the
to the wrong
Skoda,
side. That was you should have
Eh.
stayed on that side.
Well, there's 3 tanks that are there. They're now being delayed by these guys. So
Well, all that IS-3 needs to do is just not let them get through, and they win.
And the
You
T10's gonna stuff them from getting over the top too.
well,
Yeah.
at the moment they only have one.
Yeah, what
in
happened
the
to their other
cap.
guy in
I would have
cap?
put in
Yeah,
the
Dark
extra
Stride.
IS-3
Yeah,
at least.
Dark
needs to
in
get on
there,
the
yeah.
I
cap.
would have
Be
put
in
in
the
like
cap.
2 or 3 in cap, honestly.
Oh, and here comes the OBJ. He's gonna come over the track. Nope, changed his mind.
Kill you can be in a very good position right here.
Oh, when he bounced.
But he needs some backup.
Oh,
Just
this
a little
object-
bit.
This object 416 is slaughtering his T10 so far.
Yeah, the Conquerors should.
It's Conquerors. Really, yeah. They need to push that 54.
Yeah, they need to push the 54, which is just. He's killing everybody.
Oh, the E50's getting lit up.
There you go.
There goes
first death.
Incognito. Up on the hill.
Yeah, that T-54.
Oh,
Premium needs to turn around and get that.
Ooh.
And he's being shot from all directions now, the other con.
Oh, and he's bouncing. He's got to aim that shot a little bit.
I
bit
like
low,
the
not
first
the turret.
initial way Nightmare was doing this, but it seems like they're made some slight mistakes, and I don't think actually Soa
T-54
might
is
be
making a
an
mistake and backs up
advantage
any
here.
further.
That Conqueror is about to die.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go. Soa is
Yeah.
in the lead right now.
Way.
They kind of threw their own advantage away on
See, why
Nightmare
is
side.
an over
Big time.
medium heavy not helping out the 416?
Oh, now they got to look at that OBJ. There you go.
There you go. I mean, the 416.
But they just lost another tank due to
ran
that.
in there without his other 2 mediums, and well paid for it, and the E50 paid for it.
Yeah, Nightmare should, or New Beginning should have disregarded the tanks that were on the other side of the hill. The Conquerors that were on the hill, they should have disregarded the tanks that were on the other side and focused out that T-54. He was stuck. He had nowhere to go. He was surrounded on the wrong side of the map all by himself, and
Yeah.
they let him live far too long. He should have been
All right.
gone quick. That
It's-
could have eased on the spotting of the flag.
Lonky just needs to keep buildings between her and the other guy. The base cap no longer matters. It's a matter of survival. Get out of that open.
No cap will kill.
Well, that's Lonky again, right? He's just trying to stay out of battle as long as he can. No, well,
Hey,
you know, it's good that they went for the cap, and obviously it could have worked, but they weren't really set up properly, and they didn't really respond to what was going on. See if the IS-3 can clutch it. Oh. And that's GG to
GG's.
Soa.
First game going to Soa here. We got to wrap this up quickly.
Oh, well, Commander carried them.
Commander in there, 33-21 over on the SOA side.
Ooh.
Kick Commander.
I kill you, coming to zeros.
Yeah, Donut, 6 shots, 4 hits, 0 pens.
Got a little
Yeah,
those
good
prem
games
rounds.
before, but the pressure got to him, or maybe he got tired. I don't know.
Yeah, they had a great initial setup. They should have had more people either on the capping that out to draw that 54 off the hill, or they should have had those 2 Conquerors on top of the hill. Finish them off, rush down, finish them off, then they can get back up on the hill and do what they want.
Beaver, you have somebody talking to you on Twitter chat. I mean, Twitch chat. Sorry.
Twitch.
Oh, not even on Twitch. Probably want to show me the message.
Man, they're gonna run the same setup.
No, there. I see a jack tire.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean on Nightmare side, yeah. But a jack tire. Wow.
Alrighty, so Beaver run down new MB side, and I'll run down SOA real fast.
Okay, so MB bringing the Skoda T50, 2 IS3s, 2 T10s, and 2 Conquerors.
SOA, 4 Zigzag Tiger, 416, T54, Batch Hat AV, E75, a Conquer, and a Partridge in a Pear Tree. Good Lord. Oh, by the way, I did get told last Monday, the team that kept running all the M103s,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it isn't lack of tanks, is the guys who run them hate their Conquerors and prefer the 103.
Okay, well then
Get a
send
line,
them over
man.
to me.
Get a
I'll
line.
learn them a thing or two. But no, I mean you got to play the tanks you're most comfortable in. But Conquer over M103 every day of the week.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just need to play more and get comfortable in the Conqueror because it's superior in every situation. But, I mean, at least they're playing the tanks they like better because they'll perform better.
Well, what I would recommend is keep using the M103s if you like them more during like scrims and tournaments and whatever, and then try to like the Conqueror a bit more, I guess, in pub matches.
Yeah, they just need to practice.
Get the feel of it.
See what Samby doing a spread for out here, and now SOA's doing a hill push.
They're actually getting a good setup right now.
Yeah.
If SOA goes to the cap, they're gonna get surrounded.
Well, I like the way that Nightmare's putting their Conquerors on this side of the train track. They will be safe against the guys on the hill slightly as well. It's more safer. That Skoda could be in trouble, but they're not going up on the hill anyways. Oh wait, they are sending their TDs up there. Gonna take a while with that Jack and the boys.
You're gonna have a T10 versus a 54 on the far side. And a missed shot.
Kill.
And the IS3's
That IS3 is
there to
looking
help
in
them
too.
out.
He's gonna get behind the hill before they can get him. If he's not careful and he focuses too much on that, you can see SOA lining up to take shots at the back side of that T10 if he's not careful.
Boom.
Yep.
When you put your head up, you gotta look both ways. 54 getting shots into Fishy from across the map. That's a pretty good shot with that.
Yeah, and the thing is, this Conqueror's now turning his turret. He's not spotted, so he's kind of alright. But if he is, that is obviously, a thing that they have to worry about. I mean, if you're turning your turret, obviously your turret armor is not as great anymore. So, I kind of like what they did with the T-54. It will divide the attention a bit. Distract them. But the question is what they will do with it. Because that T-54 is already keeping 2 tanks busy. So what does that tell you? You have an overmatch somewhere else. Well, Nightmare doesn't care about that. They're pushing in their Conquerors. This is a weird move, to be honest.
That guy.
Why are they pushing
He
in?
paid for it.
3/4 of his life gone in just
Premium's
a
down. Wow.
second. Yeah, those TDs came into play on that one.
That was a strange push.
Yeah, they should have waited until the Skoda and
I don't know
T10
what
would
they
have
were-
gone up
yeah.
on the hill, at
Fishy
least pop them up.
Gone. Focus fire.
Getting
comes
buried.
from
I don't know why they
SOL.
pushed 3 tanks on the 4. Especially when they
they
knew
did
they had
that.
vision on that OBJ on top of the hill and they didn't have vision on the other tanks.
Yeah.
That
I
was
mean-
not the time or place to push.
Kill you, kiss
And you got
the
2 tanks
killing
fighting
down
1
Venom.
tank on the other side. They should have stayed put until they had something under control where they could get more backup.
Yeah, I mean, I just said, Soa will have the overmatch because, that's just only the T-54 distracting 2 tanks. And right at that moment I said that, they pushed in,
So Hulk here.
That was a weird
coming
move.
up.
And this is another thing. The exact same thing for SOA right here. They knew the T10 and the IS-3 were fighting that T-54, so they're still en route, and still they're waiting before taking out these 2 tanks. They have 4 tanks on the hill, and 2 more down there. They could have just already smashed him.
Kilyu's going down. Oh, and he got lucky with a bounce, but he's going to get hit from the hill.
It plays too passive. They could have easily already taken out those 2 tanks up on the hill. Not that it's gonna matter much because they already got this game. But
Yeah, easily. They're up way too far on hit points.
Alright.
then again, I've
Kilyu's
seen
going
weirder
down.
things happen.
There's a hit in the long key. Now over easy getting clipped.
Skoda is putting a clip into that batch AP, but he's returning the favor. Skoda now 1 shot.
Oh.
Alright.
Quadruple hit
Yeah,
on
they're all
Monkey.
getting really low. The IS-3 is getting low as well. But he has to try and fight a Conqueror and E75 by himself. It's not really a fair fight.
Skoda get a lucky bounce from the 416 on the turret.
I mean, if I was the Jag Tiger, I would already be rolling down the hill trying to ram him
Yeah.
to death. He hasn't done much the last
There
2
we
minutes.
go.
Playing way too safe. Get in there. Get that killing blow.
Alright.
Last one's out in the field.
Yeah, and the same goes for the E75 and the Conqueror. They know there's only an IS-3 there with, you know, like what, a quarter of health? I would have already pushed in there.
Yeah, there's no sense in being safe now. You've got the HP, you've
Yeah.
got every advantage.
I
Just
mean,
get it
you know,
over.
there's nothing wrong with what they're doing. As in, you know, it is, I guess, safe play. But there's not really much risk by just, you know, going in there. It would speed things up, I guess. But yeah, quite a huge number difference there. If you look from the left and the right. Oops.
Someone just farted or
Sorry. I'll just blame
Kill
my
you
dog.
with 9 shots, 7 direct hits, and 3 pens.
It's interesting to see though that like
Heavy
MB
came
was
in.
a lot more comfortable on Himmelsdorf, but on Prokhorovka they just get their you know.
Yeah. And you know the hard part about it for me is that's one of our favorite maps in Nightmare. That's one map we really excel at is Proc.
On Prokhorovka. Well,
Yeah, that
then I
makes
guess
it
you have to share some knowledge with them, you know, get those practice in. But I'm guessing MB is still new, like the second team of yours, all right?
So in asking Creamy's why they didn't put a tier 7 light tank in, it's because the only option they have available to them right now is a T71.
I would still go for that.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
good.
I'll
Load
tell
up
you,
the
the
premium
Vision alone's better than
They
having
still
2
like it,
IS3s.
So yeah. And if I would go for tier 8 heavies, I would pick the T32.
Yeah, that
On
that
this
was
map,
if you're gonna
yeah.
go for heavy T32, absolutely.
Or grab a tier 8 light like an RU, or you know.
Yeah, I asked
Something
him
like
that too, and he said they did not have an AMX or an RU available, or 49 even.
Yeah, that's well, that's something they have to work on them. Get their tanks sorted out.
Oh yeah, well that's a big thing for that team. Once again, with New Beginning, there are a lot of them, not all of them. Let me rephrase this: not all of them, but some of them are tankers that are just getting into competitive play for the first time. Some of these guys have played with Nightmare and were in Nightmare. Some of these guys are definitely good enough to be in Nightmare.
You gotta have a good.
Yeah, I
mix,
mean,
though. You're
it's
gonna have
not
new
like,
guys. You gotta have experienced guys to help them.
Right, and that's what we tried to do. And the other way we looked at it was we didn't want to take on too many people because you get too many people, not everybody's going to get to play.
Yeah.
So we thought, if we can split up into 2 teams, have one slightly more competitive team and another team where people that want to play competitive have a chance. And that's really what New Beginning is. They played in a tournament with UGCC. They won their first round game against Edis, I believe.
Who?
And then they got knocked out in Edis, EATUS. And they lost
right.
in the next round against
Not really known.
Apex.
Apex?
Yeah, I don't know much about him either.
I've heard about Apex before. I think they
Apex
played
is a
in
pretty
Yeah.
big clan.
Yeah, that's a big group. It was Apex 1 they played against.
All right, last game here on Ghost Town. Pants, if you'd run down MB side, and Quibbling go down SOA, and we call it good.
Yep. So with MB, they're going to roll out with 2 IS3s, another pair of T10s, an ST1, and 2 Conquerors again.
And on the SOA side, they're on with the Object Force 16, the Baby Bat Chat, an IS-3, 2 E75s, and 2 Conquerors.
I don't know, some different lineups again, so this could be interesting.
Yeah, this heavy setup. This heavy setup is actually better for New Beginning here than what they just had going on.
Yes. I mean, honestly, I probably would have rolled with 2 STIs, you know, have the 2 conks, 2 STIs,
Yeah.
2 T10s, and then have that light tank going out there. Give me all the intel they can.
Knowing Killu, I imagine he's the one calling this game. So I'm going to go ahead and take a guess at that. That their strategy is going to be to turtle kind of at the center of the map. And he actually has some pretty good strategies when it comes to that. But I wouldn't be surprised if you see him set up in the city and just turtle and wait it out.
SOA kind of sending their mediums down the 9-0 line, and then having their heavies start entering town at the C7 area.
Same kind of push out as we saw in the last match in Ghost Town. Like, well, they're more spread it out, but these guys are all going in on the south.
Oh, they're
line.
going to find this baby bat right here.
Yeah, he's just gonna spot them, and that gives them a huge advantage because they basically know exactly where the enemy team is.
Wizard of Gore and Magic did not get spotted. I mean, it'd be best, yes, is to get the IS3 out of the middle of the roadway, but... Shots being traded across the center line.
Looks like both teams are going to turtle each other.
Lonky and the IS3s still holding that other positioning. The Conk almost has shots from this view.
Yeah, I was going to say, they got to be
Lonky.
careful because they're going to get hit from the top. But they've also got shots on KSI.
Yeah, I mean, if they would just look up just a little bit. I mean, the hill's right there. It's surprisingly flat. I never noticed that.
They're gonna be in big trouble in a second when that bat track comes around the backside.
I'm just interested to see because like Nightmare was doing better on Himmelsdorf on the city map, and so I was doing that on the open map. So I'm interested to see if that trend's gonna transfer into this game.
You can't have that. All three of them.
Heavy gets ammo racked.
And they all hit the
They're
wall.
blocking each other's shots.
That Conqueror is about to fall, and that's an unfair matchup as well. 3 tier 9s against a tier 8 and a tier 9. They will take out the Conk, and then the IS3 will be next.
Oh, that's
and there's not much response as well. Well, the E75 seems to be moving up to try and help him out, but the Conqueror is already dead, so...
Yeah, I mean, the mediums actually waited way too long.
Yeah, I mean, they're creating a really nice flank right now, but it's all a bit little too late, I guess.
Yeah.
Creamy's going to get torched if he doesn't turn his turret around. Yep.
The same goes for this Nightmare guys on the south. They did take out the E75 eventually, but there were 4 tanks busy with one.
Yeah, New Beginning's going to get pushed here from the backside, and they're going to get hurt. They got 2 tanks coming in the back. Unless those 4 tanks that are on the backside, one of them's not even looking the right way.
Crush these guys right now. Yeah. I mean, this T10 and Conqueror is all by themselves. Oh. Well, not for long, but...
Fishy's going to get hurt, popping out there like that, too. Yep.
There you go. Get rid of the...
Oh, IS-3 is going to get hurt.
Yep. All right, now they need to push that.
He's out of the game.
That E4 hill. Lock down that area.
Yeah, they're kind of coming at them from all angles now, but
they're just missing or just being way too slow on a lot of overmatches. Even running away from overmatches.
Lonky needs to probably get in the fight now. The T10 needs to take... She needs to... never mind.
It's Lonky, man. It's Lonky. He's always in the back.
Incognito needs to just back out. Get out of the fight. Turn around.
Yeah. Come on, baby bat. You can take them both out. There you go. That's one. Oh, he's reloading. He can't take out the Conqueror. So what? The 416 he has
They're just coming at him one-on-one now.
Yeah. Why are they? This is maybe needs to be brought up. Is when you single file into the death line, it's not going to help. I mean, this should have been over a long time ago. I mean, the fight, it was...
Oh, yeah.
It was a 6v4.
Wizard needs to get in there and help. The other 2 are real low. Lonky needs to get around that corner. Help that IS-3.
Magic shouldn't have pulled out there.
Oh, there they go.
Spun on a side scrape.
Yep.
The health pools are still pretty equal.
Yeah, this is...
13 to 4 to... Oh, well...
MB can still lose this and be a tank down.
The bad chat...
That
batch
needs to
AP and a Conqueror. Oh, there you go.
The Batchat can get both Wonky and Dark. Oh.
All right.
Yeah, and then it can
his shots have to count.
Oh, he dirted it.
Lonky hits and it's over.
Yeah.
Stay on the cap, Lonky. Get back on the cap.
Oh
no!
Oh boy, this is gonna be bad.
Oh,
the fire!
The fire there. He's got like 1 HP.
Just get lucky.
I just freaking was sweating. As soon as somebody comes off of like the cap with the bad AP left, I start to worry that the bad AP gets to force a draw. Because especially with those IS3s.
Game by Fishy though.
Yeah.
Fishy. Yeah, he did a great job.
Commander again though had a big game.
Commander and Snake is back. Got a good game in.
And
all right, guys.
Snake is back.
Yeah, the damage was pretty good throughout on both teams even. You know, you had 3 guys on the other team did a great job.
That was like honestly way closer, like than those needed to be, but
yeah, it really was.
Well, I mean that's the nice thing though is like they won those Himmels ones pretty easily. The proc ones, if they just played a little cleaner, they could have won, and they only need to win one of them. So.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But that's the beauty of you getting to watch it is now you know specific things with specific people that would like to be changed.
I do like the.
Right.
I do like the chat that they're having in the. And
is it
Twitch.
interesting?
Yeah, most definitely. Check
Compelling.
It doesn't even show me the Twitch chat.
It doesn't load Twitch chat for me like that happened. Like I have to join it and then I can see it. But it doesn't
I just
load the
can't
stuff
watch
they've been talking
stream
about.
myself. I guess I could now, but because we're actually in Xbox Live Party, so I could use my phone to watch the stream.
All right, guys, I'll be right back. I just have to use the restroom and grab something to drink. I'll be right back. All right.
You know, there's one advantage of not being able to see the stream though, and the chat is, you know, it's easier to you know, ignore all the haters, right?
Then you don't get to see me trash
complain all they
talking
want, you know. I'll just rub it off because I never read it.
Yeah, that's what I do. I usually just make fun of you in Twitch chat.
Ah, that's fine. I can take it. Everyone is always making fun of me because, you know, I simply don't care. Doomity doomity doom doom. Let's see how many guys I've got for tomorrow for our scrim.
I know, right?
Well, I already have enough. I know that.
Don't brag about it. I think I've got 4 so far.
2, 4, 6, 8, including myself. There will be 9 signed up. I thought I had 10.
Yeah, I've got 4 at the moment.
Couple new guys in there.
Yep. Yeah, I mean everybody besides me, I think that's playing tomorrow so far that's confirmed are new guys. New to us. I don't think any of them are new to competitive, thankfully, but
Yeah, well, we got a lot of new guys, you know, in Immortals in general as well. And, you know, from the last Panda team, there's quite a bit of changes as well. Some are like being AFK at the moment. You know, there's like Smill and Nerf that went on to the Immortals team.
yeah.
So, you know, there's still a couple regulars that were there last WCL, but some didn't sign up for tomorrow. And there are a lot of new guys, so I'm just trying to like usually take a few of those new guys in as well, you know, see what they do and give them some experience and yeah.
Yeah, like I said, we need practice as well, so it'll be good.
But yeah, yeah, obviously I've got a bit of luxury problem. We even split off the guys, but in both teams there are plenty of players in there. So you know what I do is like I organize a scrim, like you know we agree to play tomorrow at 8 p.m. So I put it in a scrim channel. I say like, all right, you know, 768 against TNG2, 8 p.m. Let me know if you can make it, and just people sent me messages like, hey, I can play, you know, and I put their name up, and I don't have to chase people, you know. If they don't want to play, they don't want to play.
Right.
Obviously, I'm gonna remember it. And these
I've got a
slackers,
scrim
yeah. I mean, if there's
confirmation
gonna be,
channel.
if
That's how I
there's
do it.
like, I mean, if there's like a tournament coming up, you know, and I have to pick a team. Obviously, if there's a guy that's just been slacking because he couldn't be arsed showing up at practice or whatever, you know, I just simply pick someone else.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I think I have 4, including me, right now. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Who shows up?
That's just cocky, man. That you want to show up with only 4
filler.
and think you can win it.
I know, right? 4v7, GG, easy noob. No, because I think what happens is people don't necessarily always confirm. Like, I get on like 20 minutes beforehand, and I invite the guys that are on, you know?
Yeah.
Because sometimes people don't always confirm.
I always try to make sure that I
know, me too.
Like,
but
at least a day ahead
around,
that I've got at least, you know, if it's a day ahead, I want to know for sure if I got enough, or else, you know.
Well, I mean, I can guarantee we'll play tomorrow because I can find guys to play, you know.
Yeah, I just want to know it
tomorrow.
for sure for myself, because
yeah,
if I have to cancel, I want to do it at least like, you know, a day ahead.
Yeah,
of time.
that's the
like,
nice
hey,
thing.
Sorry,
to do.
I don't have enough.
Yeah, no, I'll have enough tomorrow. It'll just depend on who plays. Yeah, because I can always find fillers. So.
Just let me get everybody leveled in here. Alrighty. Does everybody have enough for each team? SKB's good, UGCC's good. Okay.
I was still looking at my garage. I didn't even see all the players coming in. Welcome, UGCC and SKB. It's the tongue twist UGCC again.
Yep.
I'm gonna be having troubles with that. Well, at least they're not being short on members. They got plenty
That's
showing
true.
up.
Alrighty, give them the order. We're good to start picking tanks.
Well, yeah. That's like already
minute.
10 times faster
I have
than
to
the
change the map.
previous games. Oh, now it's actually Hellcat that's been slacking.
Yep, that is me. We got a map listing. Where did it go? It is.
So these guys running 761 as well?
Yes.
Seems still like a real popular choice by a lot of teams showing up.
Yeah. It goes both ways. Some nights we have only tier 10s, you know.
Yeah, I like diversity. The only downside of it is that, sometimes can be a bit troublesome with crews. But, I don't really mind for these kind of practice matches to run with like a not so great crew.
Yeah, I usually use 50% crews because they're free.
Well, I'm not using 50% crews. I at least use 100% crew with like the standard perks on there, like 4 perks or whatever. But, yeah, obviously when there's a tournament, I'll make sure that the right tier tanks has the best crews in there. But I'm not gonna keep swapping it over because 1 week I might, like the other day we did like a tier 9 scrim. Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna be doing mostly doing tier 10 lately. But I mean, I can still pick tier 8 and tier 9 scrims if I want to.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, I'm interested to see how your team plays. I'm curious.
What was that?
I'm interested to
Curious
see how
how
your
my
team
team
plays
plays?
tomorrow. Yeah. I haven't really seen
Well,
Panda
it will-
play except for when they beat NL.
Well, that was a pretty nice match.
That was
Well,
cry every time. I was in NL at that time too, so cry every time.
I mean, at the moment, because there's obviously a lot of changes, and it differs every scrim basically who shows up.
Yeah,
and who's
like you
not.
said, you have inactivity at the
So-
moment. Like if there was a tournament coming up, I'm sure those
Yeah,
guys would
I
kick
mean-
into gear.
Yeah, and obviously I won't change the lineups as much, because I will keep like a smaller group. Now I got basically, let's say 20, 25 people or whatever, and rotate between those, whoever signs up. So it can be a completely different team every time. So that,
Yeah.
and just overall, it's at the moment it's a bit inconsistent, I guess. There's really great games out there and then really bad ones.
Right.
And we do have to say thank you to UGCC and SKB for both waiting, because this has been a long evening and they're starting almost 45 minutes behind schedule. So these guys are being
Yeah.
real awesome. Yeah. Beaver, if you go down SKB
And-
side, I'll go down UGCC side and.
Okay, SKB running the Bulldog 2 E50s, a T10, an STI, a Conqueror, and the WZ 11114.
All
One
right.
one 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 one.
Over here on UGC side, 1 Lycan, 1 PTA, 2 E50s, 1 T10, and a pair of Conquerors. So first round, Erlenberg, here we go.
Wow, interesting match.
Not sure how I feel about the ST1 on this map.
Not sure how I feel about this map.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ST1 right here, I mean, if he stays in a good hold down position, he'll be fine. But if they got to do any type of maneuver,
Oh,
if he's
no.
coming across one of those fields, he's going to be an easy target.
Someone must
I
have
probably would
signed
go
me in.
with mostly medium tanks on a map like this.
Yeah, that's what I'd say too. Conquerors are
Hey.
a pretty good pick here, I'd say, but
Nah, they're too slow. And because it's an encounter, so you know you're not gonna sit them back on the hill because they can just go towards the cap, and I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's
I wouldn't
true.
go for combat.
This is one of those I've never really played this in a competitive setting ever.
No, I
Yeah.
haven't played this map either on competitive side, so it's all speculation, obviously. But if I would go for heavies, I'd probably go for like T10s and put them like near the houses, near the
Yep.
cap, like in the cap, so you at least have the cap under control. And then I will, you know, go around with the mediums.
I would just go for as many YOLO pushes as possible. Just drive right across the middle bridge.
Give me just 1 second. I tried to tell you guys
Well.
that they booted me. So this is
Oh,
not getting
no.
streamed, so I'm trying to get back in. So
They booted you.
Bad.
Wow.
Somebody signed him in. Who did it? Then go spank him.
I don't. It's all good, though. All right, I'm in here now.
They need
so
to be
we're-
disqualified.
We're only about 45 seconds in, so we haven't missed much. But all right, I'm back in here. Interesting setup here. J-Dog getting absolutely wrecked at that moment in time. I just have to be looking at him.
Felt like a snapshot there. Both traded a shot in. On the other side of the map.
Oh, and an
there
ammo
is
rack.
J-Dog getting
a
hammered.
Lycan and a Leopard PTA. Looking at the Bulldog and a T10.
It's at that moment in time, if you're getting melted that fast, that's not a good spot, and you should probably want to move.
Yeah.
Or you could scream at your teammates to get in front of you and help you out.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Degrade them, call them terrible
But
players, and then yell for
it's
shield.
always better to look in the mirror first, though.
Shield, shield, shield,
instead of
shield.
blaming.
All right, STI coming over. That's smart because it looks like SKB, or sorry, UGCC, completely doing a JK line brush. Killa taking a hit. Taking another hit. Yet again, we just talked about this. If you're in a hook,
Oh, they're out in the middle of nowhere too. That's gonna be
Yep.
the hard part, getting away.
coping fanatic. Trilla's trying to use his friend. There you go. He got out of there.
And the other ones on the other side, the 2-on-2s, they've just both been staring at each other, but no pens so far.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. I mean, they knew where the heavy was, and so they know that the light tank is on over there by itself. So I mean, why sit there? Interesting. Inevitably, Killatrilla's gonna fall.
Yeah,
with that.
UGCC is a bit.
Killatrilla's gonna drown.
UGCC is a bit trapped at the moment. They're losing ground by the minute.
But if that T10, if he's not careful, he's gonna end up getting shot from behind.
Yeah, that's what UGCC
right there.
needs to do, and they're doing it. Put those E50s back and rush that T10.
Yeah, he's in big trouble
mean-
if that leopard decides to push. It's over for him.
Yeah, the heavy should be able to hold off the other guys there for a bit. Hopefully they can take out that T10 before
Oh, turn your gun around.
All right, so now
the
they
others push in.
charge. Why would the Vikings then push in farther in towards?
Yeah, and now I'm interested to see with how many people they're gonna change this Bulldog down. Well, the Bulldog is actually not really running. He's still trying to find his way out. That's not really smart. But
Ooh.
T10 getting
T10 just died.
deleted.
Oh, if he
Because
looks
now-
at that E50, I'd go for the E50 right now.
Oh.
Take the E50. No.
It took quite a long time for 3 tanks to take out that Bulldog. The thing is, they're not really punishing for that delay though, because they can't really push in on these heavies because they have to go through open ground.
John McClane getting melted. Now it's UGC.
Yeah, and those E50s, those German medium tanks are now having a great time just sniping from afar. Well, they still get lit up, 2 of them. That's not really what they want. Ooh, there goes the STI.
Oh. There goes John McClane going down.
It's still really close.
Yeah, it's close.
Yeah, but I
Even though
feel like
SKB's down a tank.
UGC has this under control. They also have the cap pressure, so I think they have it under control. Another one dies. We got the E50.
J-Dog going down.
I know,
Spartan
yeah.
going down. Leopard PTA goes down on UGCC side. Triller Killer and Dat Punk still on the base.
Yeah, basically UGCC doesn't really have to do anything. They can just let them
Copen Fnatic
come towards them
pushing in
because they
now.
have that cap pressure, but
Double tap into Fnatic.
or they can just
YOLO.
take them out. There you go.
Paladin's down. Snafu, all that's left.
Snafu.
He takes out Cab Ranger.
He doesn't have enough hit points to solo the C50 though. Ah.
No, he's getting rammed. There you go. Those are the best to end up on. Oh, that E50 was that ram killed him. He didn't have any ABCR left. He was having like 10 or 15 high explosive in there as well.
Well,
Interesting.
their own,
rollout.
right?
There we go. Paladin coming in at 32.47 over on SKB side, over on UGCC side. 23.95. Coping Fnatic 28.29. Killatrilla 21.17.
Yeah, a lot more spread on UGCC side. I mean, you know, people are always like, you know, someone running with 5,000 damage, like, oh, GG's to him. But usually it's better if the damage is more spread, because that means that, you know, you kept your tanks alive during the entire fight.
Yes.
It mostly means that. So, you know, it's usually better if the damage is more spread, but we love to see the big numbers, though.
Oh, it's Tanker that left. Okay, I'm like...
It dropped him from the party a while ago.
So IBC root beer, bunch of Pop Tarts, thumbs up.
So basically, what I would do now, because I wouldn't want to sit back and camp on this map, I will probably already be tired of playing this map. What I would do, because what you saw was like, they put like the main fours on their side of the hill, basically. So if I would spawn like on the east side, I would just go like full medium and just rush towards the north, you know, and you're probably going to be facing one medium and one light tank like they were doing on the previous game, and just take them out and don't worry about the rest. I would just YOLO at least one side.
Yeah.
Just get it over with.
So this time around, Pants, if you want to roll down UGCC side, and Cloudland, if you want to roll down SKB side.
Alright.
Yep, so UGCC is running the Leopard PTA, 2 E50s, a T10, and 2 Conquerors.
They're still missing a light tank.
And they're missing a light, yep.
Well, in the meanwhile, I'll run over SKB. They're running with the Lycan, 3 E50s, a T10, an STI, or ST1, and the Wheezy 11111114. I know, that was not the stream lagging.
Just waiting to UGCC.
Would you go Lycan
Lycan?
here, or would you guys go Bulldog? Which one would you guys
Bulldog's
pick here?
always better
Or an
than the
LTTB?
Yeah, the
The
bulldog is
bulldog's just-
better.
It's just it gets like a bigger clip, you know.
Yeah, the
It's just
10-round
everything
clip.
about it's pretty
Yep.
much better. The 10-round clip can actually like even punish tier 9s really bad, like when you dive on them.
Yeah.
Especially something with easy side armor like the conch. When they ended up buffing, like when they did all the light tank changes and stuff on PC, the Lycan ends up becoming really strong, but on Xbox, it's all about that bulldog.
I'll probably run 3 E50s, 3 T54s, and then like it. Oh no, I probably would go with 2 E50s, 2 T54s, 2 baby bats, and then the bulldog. And if I can't find like an overmatch to YOLO, I'll just try to wrap around the enemy team and just bleed them to death.
Yeah.
Or I'll die trying.
That's all you can hope for.
Ooh, double Lycan there. Ah, he needs to be switched to the other side, Hals.
Yeah.
Okay.
The UGCC guy. There we go.
Alrighty. And we're off and running. Round 2, Erlenberg right now. UGCC up. Right? Yes.
Yeah, up 1-0.
Yep. Me and Frazzle are still working on the numbers and everything. We want them to match, you know. We're actually going to shrink down part of the overlay a little bit, not make it so tall, and then my numbering. It's all in working order. Me and Fraz, just take time. Yet again, I want to say a big shout out to Fraz, who did make the overlay that you guys are all looking at. Okay, on the stream. And yet again, I want to say, like us, love us, hate us, follow us. Click that subscribe button. Click that that follow button. Check us out on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Okay, wait a minute. Facebook got taken down. It's just not.
Snapchat?
We haven't done a Snapchat just yet. I think I'm gonna get anarchy.
And then
You don't want
Yeah.
to Snapchat.
Well,
pretty
depends
soon
on
we're
who's
gonna
the pretty
start
face.
pretty soon we're gonna start doing Tuesdays where Hells does topless streams. So tune in for
Yes.
that. That's how we're
And
gonna.
then if his favorite team wins, he's gonna air hump.
Yeah, he's gonna just do a bunch of dances and whatnot. It's gonna be something.
Mondays will be changing here soon.
Okay.
I will have a female commentator coming on board.
Oh,
Tigress Death.
I'll be there.
My pants are off. I just had a bug hit me in the face.
All right, these
Poor timing.
UGCC guys, the mediums, they're could be potentially being really
Fair?
trouble
Yeah.
because
Getting out there.
Oh, SKB came out screeching halt, and now they're on top of each other.
what I don't like about what SKB is doing though, they're all bunched up, but they didn't even send
Yeah,
their light tanks
easy
like to
targets.
the other side. At least you have to get some information because they know their 3 tanks are here now, but they have no idea where the heavies are. You know, they might be just sitting back there at the bridge at like A6 or whatever, A7, covering those mediums. So I guess that's why they're scared and just sitting there. If they knew they were on the other side, they could have just YOLO'd these guys.
Yeah, I mean,
Now they're just sitting there.
I would be getting my Lycan out of there and sending them, you know, towards the base, towards
Yeah.
the cap, get some, maybe they're there or somewhere. Get that.
Yeah, they're
Lycan
not
out of
He's
there.
going
seeing.
for it now.
They're
He's
not
leaving. No,
seeing
he's
what
not.
the other guys are doing there. So they're gonna
They're
get.
gonna put themselves in
their
a
asses
bind
soon.
here. They're gonna get
Yeah, I mean, the Lycan,
They're gonna
as
get
soon as those
wrecked.
things cross the bridge.
it's a Lycan. You're not supposed to be
Now
in
it
the
seems
fight.
like they're moving
There
up
you
their
go.
heavies now, though. They're moving up their heavies now as well, but
Too
they
little,
stop
too
though.
late
They
now.
just need to push in. Yeah, definitely.
Their warrants are going to get ready to be signed here. Now that light tank of UGCC does not need to get spotted.
Conqueror's ammo or the E50's ammo racked. fixed.
J-Dog,
Yeah, because
take a
now
shot.
now the heavies now the heavies on UGCC side are gonna be a bit more useless because they have nothing to shoot at and a lot of ground to cover. You know, that's why they shouldn't split up like that. But it took way too long for SKB to realize they could just easily push in and overmatch these mediums, and they didn't even get in one. You know, that T10 just got in there by himself and got absolutely wrecked. You obviously want to move in as a pack.
But those three are still holding out.
Yeah, those three
Yeah.
mediums are
That
holding,
that's
yeah.
just
They are putting up damage.
that's just proof of a not organized push, you know. They had a clear overmatch. They finally went for it, but they didn't execute it well, and those mediums absolutely destroyed their entire
Yeah,
team.
UGCC
They basically
is
did
winning
everything.
handily.
Yeah.
They could actually
Wow.
7-0 them here. This
Yeah,
is
that,
a
well, that
spank
was
fest.
Tanks
that was-
alone.
This game was
handled
basically
SKB.
a 3 versus 7 right here.
Yeah.
You know,
They
the
took
others
them
might
3
have done
versus
like
7.
1 or 2 shit, but yeah, they got
Wow.
it. Yeah, they got it.
Wow.
Dang,
That
7-0.
was
That hurts.
yeah.
Alrighty, let's go down the
Well,
list
especially
here.
because half the tanks weren't used.
E50 that
Such
was in
good
the
damage
group,
spread.
Yeah.
2800. Soapy Fanatic at E50 3800. Zatire in the ETA 24 going on 2500. Those three owned the roost.
The thing to know about those guys, the big thing to know about those 3 guys right there, I believe all 3 of those guys are Unicum or Super Unicum players on that team that were just out there in that field together.
Alrighty, let me get everybody on unspectated because you guys are gonna love this other map pick that I have to throw up here. Can I have a drum roll,
Oh dear.
please?
All right, give me a second.
There you go.
And it's Fisherman's Bay.
Oh yeah.
Well, this is the opportunity to drown yourself, guys.
I cry.
I believe the
Everyone
flag
rush
on
to
this
bait
one's going to be what? E7?
in the middle. I think it's
F7?
kind of in the middle, isn't it?
I don't think it is. I
It's
think it's
either-
off to
wow.
the side.
It's either in the town or in the
Oh, I know
I
it's
think
in
it's
the
like-
town on some things.
It's
Yeah.
a different variant.
It's like
It
that,
should be in
that
the-
square center right in front of the.
It
No,
depends
it's
if
going to
this
be
is
like
war
right
or
on
not,
the edge of the
or not.
town.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
like
obviously
E8,
different
E7.
ones than
E7
war. and-
right in there.
Oh.
Well, in the back,
Yeah.
there's 2 different versions of this, so
Yeah, like I said, war variant and the normal variant.
I know the war variant is the one that's out there in the 1-2 area.
Well, they used to have the cap in like towards the church at like
Oh,
what is
yeah,
it F
F8.
9, but that
Yeah.
was really unbalanced. That was just
Yeah, if you
stupid.
if you were the South team, man, you
Because one
ruled the
team-
roost.
No, the problem was if you were south, you spawned at like J2 or J3,
Oh, yeah.
and the north spawned at like B7 or 8.
Yeah.
So they could just go over the road, rush into the town, and get control there, while the others had to drive all the way on the slow ground over the fields. That was some stupid matches you were getting in pubs. Well, it seems like SKB wants to dominate the middle, though, with all that gun depression going on. And again, we're seeing a lot of heavy tanks.
I smell an Artie.
You think so?
Do it. Do it.
This map is pretty open for an Artie. It's pretty easy to spot him from that middle hill. You don't think so?
I wouldn't go for Artie on this. Well, it's just
Oh no, yeah.
If the
that's what I'm
enemy
saying. I
teams
wouldn't pick
get-
an Artie.
if the enemy teams get, I mean, I don't know.
It's an easy spot. It's easy to spot the Artie on this map. There's just not enough places to hide.
Yeah, well, you can
Unless-
just send your
unless
light
you
tank
can be down
or
like the
bulldog or
A9.
whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, you could send.
It's too
You
open
can
for
send
an
the light
Artie.
tank all the way around, you know, and flank that one. Plus, if the enemy teams get control over the town, Artie is a lot less useful. See what the last pick's gonna be. Oh, never mind. They already have 7. Seems like they're running.
All right, so this time we'll have.
Is it 1-1?
No, it's 2-0.
2-0 right now.
Oh dang.
So what we have, Beaver do SKB and Anarchy do UGCC.
Hey, SKB has the Lycan, the E50, STI, 3 Conquerors, and a WZ11114.
Alright, UGCC has the Lycan, Object 430 version 2, Leopard prototype, E50, pair of T10s, and a Conqueror.
Alrighty, and here we go. Round 3, Fisherman's Bay Encounter Battle. I don't know if I've ever actually streamed one of these before.
Nope. Nope. Well, I don't know about that, but I haven't seen this in competitive. I think. Actually, I did.
I haven't either.
but it was I believe it was standards, but obviously the battle took place basically around the E line, and that was it. All right. Well, let's see how this will play out then. The Lycan's gonna try to get some early spots there through the middle.
Alrighty. Sorry, the guy.
I think the big thing, I would think.
Go ahead, guys.
I was gonna say, I think the big thing here would be to control the center right off the bat, especially if you're gonna have tanks in the city, so they can shoot down at the city.
Hesitant.
Yeah, and that's why
E7
UGC
spot
is going with
if
the mediums.
If you poke a medium at E7 through those bushes, you can spot everything going into town. Like you do that in pubs all the time.
Yeah, they got their light tank in the right spot too. They got the light tank up on top, spotting anything coming over that ridge.
I like
Really,
I,
I think
I like the
funneling
setup
everything
more
down the
from
city would be-
UGCC side, as in like how they position themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, SKB is just all YOLOing in a lemon train through the town. Then again, they need to push in hard now as well. If they do this,
Yeah,
they
if
just
they
have
do
to
this
go
right, they can
strong.
take these 3 out.
But yeah, there's one Conqueror all the way in the back. He might have gotten a bad spawn, or he just stopped driving. I don't know, but that Lycan is in trouble. The good thing is they're not putting all those medians behind that one Lycan, you know. They just said like, all right, 430, you'll just deal with it, and we'll just go to town and back them up. That's the best thing to do.
The hell of a mess that we
Yeah,
got.
here
going
come the
on
mediums. They
here.
gotta finish these guys off quickly. Yeah, they gotta finish these 2 tanks off as quick as possible, because they're gonna get pushed by the mediums in a second.
Yeah, yeah. Focusing on this Conqueror first that got, got delayed in the back.
And that the STI just drove by.
Oh my
Conqueror
god,
without
the
shooting, and he's
SKB
still
Paladin
loaded.
guy has bounced 2 kill shots on the one Conqueror. He kept shooting him in the turret from point blank. It hurt.
Oh,
Hurt to
wow.
watch.
Oh, they took out the T10 now. So the heavies are out of play for UGCC. I think actually SKB have the advantage right here.
They do now.
Well, UGCC are about to melt that Conqueror.
Well, yeah, but that took them way too long,
Oh.
though.
It did. It took him far too long. And that STI didn't even fire a shot that entire thing. He came around the backside of the building, could have shot the Conqueror, and decided not to.
Ooh, that Labra PTA is really low health
What
right
is that
now.
Mr. No 1T guy doing? He had a good corner. Oh, wow.
Oh, and UGCC is just bringing this back.
Oh, look at that. I don't know if that was a low roll, but it seems like a lot of mercy rolls on UGCC side.
Mr.
E50 and the Leopard PTA are both.
Idiot. He's charging in all by himself.
He's just trying to get the finish on the Conqueror, but it's going to cost him.
Yeah, and then
He's not
trying
even
to
gonna
get
get
the
the
distraction away from his one shot at one.
Oh, that
teammate,
hurts.
so-
Tap, tap.
Oh,
Hey, you got it. Hey, you got it.
he got the finish. The
Oh,
Lycan
and
could
a
just run
fire
and
by
force a
on the
draw.
WZ.
Wow, the
Got the
on
finish,
fire.
but it was
Oh.
costly.
They're making it
it's ugly, man. They made it a lot closer than they should have.
I mean, this is just become a straight up street fight.
Oh, Pump just
Oh,
got
and
wrecked.
again, a mercy roll on the Lycan.
That Lycan should just run. Like, he honestly could force a draw very easily.
Yeah, wow.
Well, maybe not a draw. Maybe there's a lot of time
They
left.
might
I didn't
not.
see that.
They're not really.
But
Yeah, it's
He
over.
he should have at
Yeah,
least
for
tried to run.
SKB taking game 1.
Yeah.
There we go.
That was game 3, but that was their first win.
In the end, they made it pretty close.
I actually
closer
thought
than they
UGC
had
was
to.
going to win that because SKB was playing it really sloppy to get the finishes. For some reason, it was taking them forever to end that.
Yeah, they had a couple of guys who just should have focused on one tank and shot. I saw what the STI was doing. He was trying to look at that. He was trying to look over at one of the T10s to shoot when he should have taken the Conqueror to his left. He never fired a shot in that whole exchange in the city before the mediums arrived. If he had shot the Conqueror, he would have been dead. He was broadside to him basically.
J-Dog and
But
his
that's,
Conqueror coming on top with 3.4k damage.
Thank you for going over there, Squab. Thank you.
No worries.
Mr. Q coming in for the save.
But that's another thing I preach to my guys too. If they're going to rush in like that, one of the worst things you can do when rushing is just run in and face hug the tank in the very front, especially if you're a fast tank and you get there first. I always preach to them to try and take a side. So you don't have a scenario like that where you're shooting off the back of the tank in front of you. You know, rush in, try to get the side shots, get behind them, and allow the tank to be open so everybody can shoot.
Exactly. Yeah, people think, you know, that's like a pop mentality. They think like I'm in a T10 or a conch, so I need to face hug the enemy, right? Because it makes it harder for them to pen me. Which makes sense, but in competitive, like you were saying, you're gonna be blocking shots for your teammates. So if you're in the if you push in with like a big pack, you know, and you're the first guy, you always have to get around him. You know, he might even make the guy turn around his tank or turn around his turret, and it makes it even easier for your teammates to pen him, right? So
yeah, absolutely. That and bump into him, you'll throw a shot off. If he's aiming at somebody else, just hit him. Make him pull it.
Well, that depends. If you know, let's say you're
if you can survive
Lycan,
it, that is.
and you're running into an E75 full speed.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
You know, the bump wouldn't be that advisable.
That could kill you.
Yeah.
But I feel like an E50, or like for instance, in this case, if you're in an E50 or you're in the Conqueror or the WZ, run into him, throw the shot off. Just don't face hug him.
Nope.
Well, yeah. I mean, you could do it if there's like a really good communication going around. Like, you know, let's say there are two E50s behind you. You know, they fired, and then after they fired, you face hug them, and you know they're gonna be reloading after several seconds, and then you pull out again so they can shoot again, you know, or whatever. But it's just easier to go. Like I said, if you push behind him, like past him, you know, he has to make a choice whether, you know, he's turning his turret towards that guy or, you know, towards the other guys. So he can only put his armor towards one, you know, to one side. So if you come from two directions, it's always better. All right. Seems like they're ready.
Okie dokie pants. If you want to roll down UGCC side, and I'll do SKB. Go ahead, Pants. Okay.
Oh, sorry about that.
No.
My UGCC is rolling out with the Lycan, triple E50s, a pair of T10s, and a Conqueror.
SKB is rolling out like an STI M103 trio Conquers, one Wheezy.
You got to give these guys props for picking their tanks as fast as they have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty good about that, getting in this game and getting them over quickly. You know, this if it was anything like the first round, it could have been drawn out a long time.
I do want to say thank you to everybody who's still watching on YouTube and on Twitch. Yep, we're still going. If you have any questions for any of the commentators,
I'm gonna-
feel more than free to ask them there in the chat. This is only a 5-minute delay. We did cut it down, so a lot more interaction time and stuff like that with everybody.
You know what I would do in case of UGCC right now? I mean, they're running with the medium, so you know they probably want to take control of that middle town, I guess. Again, you know, the E line. But I wouldn't send my heavies towards the town like they previously did, because you know you're just giving them the overmatch. I mean, if you look at the flag is actually not really in town. You know, it's right to the outsides of the town. So you can easily just go for the middle, put like some conquerors up there if you want to. You know, use
Well, you
their,
spotted their
their
whole
turret
team.
arm and the gun depression, but because now it's kind of split up.
But they at least
But
now
yeah,
have the
this-
advantage of knowing where their team's going. He spotted their entire
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, I mean, obviously from the north spawn, it's you know, it's a perfect thing what they do. You know, send the light tanks and the medium straight up to the middle and shoot everything that goes to town. That's usually what I do in pub matches as well. You know, rush towards the middle town and any medium or light tank I have, and light those guys up running to town and just snipe them. You know, so yeah, you can get some easy damage in. Well, they haven't really been connecting that many shots yet. I have a slightly HP advantage right now, but
Good shot by BK.
The
Blank
WZ
there.
just got, yeah. Oh, there goes the Lycan.
All right, so now their mediums just got to get hidden again, and then they can take another commanding position. Dodo needs to change out
Yeah, well-
location. He's getting melted out.
UGCC has a lot more map control right now. I mean, it's going to be hard for SKB to really push them into town. This T10 needs to trade a lot less, though. He just needs to hold them off there.
Yeah. There's a point in time
He's
to
just
realize
too worried about
just-
dealing damage.
Yeah, exactly.
This M103 is going to be careful.
It's-
He's going to put himself in
it's
a
not always
crossfire
about
if he-
dealing
if he goes
damage.
too far.
Yeah.
The Lycan's got to push in on this Conqueror. Try to get him to turn his turret towards him.
Yeah, 2 E50s are going to back him up there as well. The other E50 needs to be careful.
Yeah, they're making a
He's
smart
hanging
move
there.
right here, taking this guy out of the way, and they're going to get him behind him.
Now Vikings is right there, so we're gonna see how it goes.
And they're and they're creating a flank on those heavies here from UGCC side. The Wheezy and the M103 is actually stopping, but the Wheezy's coming behind this Conqueror, putting a big
That
shot
hurts.
into him.
Got a big old gun.
Yeah.
Oof.
That
And now
Conqueror
the
needs to
M103 is
run.
there to
Oh,
finish him
don't
off.
know. He shouldn't have turned. He should have just ran around the corner to preserve his life for a little longer.
Yep.
Someone needs to finish that.
Oh,
WZ.
M103 needs a turn.
Oh,
And
never
Why
mind.
did the M103 try to shoot the
Yeah,
T10?
I know.
He's
the
gonna
He
M103
should
turn
have
and
finished
get the
off the
T10.
tank.
The
Yeah, he should've
M103
killed
should
the
have
other
pushed
T10.
in and
Oh.
finished the
Yeah.
M103 or the T10
And now his
because
buddy pays the price.
He's
Well, 'cause
chasing
best
the
part
wrong
is
tank.
the
Yeah. he
T10
should've
could
taken the
solo
other
that
T10.
WZ because he's got a better reload.
That's
So like the WZ was dead
that's
because
a-
of that, and that's a huge
that's a
gun to
real
have out of the
example
fight.
about. Yeah, that's a real example of focus fire. You always want to try to take out the gun, you know.
Yeah, well, because I mean that WZ potentially could have hit somebody for 500 if he hadn't died, you know.
Right.
That's it.
I thought
UGC
SKB was in really good position at some point, but they gave it away again.
UGCC takes the match point. UGCC taking the first.
Dodo
seed.
Naki.
Look at Daft coming out with over 1,000 damage in the Lycan.
Damn.
Yeah. It's pretty
Yeah,
good. I like
that's yeah, exactly.
All
That's
right,
good in a
guys,
comp
let's
game
throw
right
out
there.
some GGs
Like
to
putting in
these guys.
damage.
Overall, some good games, definitely.
Yeah, there was no blowouts. All the games were close at least.
Well, except for that one Erlenberg match where the
Oh, well,
three
yeah, that
mediums
was-
basically
Yeah.
single-handedly
I
smashed
did
them.
forget about that one. But UGCC,
It was a pretty good series,
paid
though.
for the
Overall,
next
it was
time.
pretty good.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
good. Yeah, it was totally awesome. We saw.
Yeah,
the
they
new
could have just done a
stuff,
couple things
gold.
different. It would have been a total different game.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that's it for the evening. I want to say thank you to everybody who did come out this evening, all the teams and everybody. I'll go out there. If any of you guys here have questions, comments?
I thought all the teams that played tonight did a good job in general. Even in the first match, there were some good games, and the second match, there were definitely some good games, and in this match, there were some good games as well. Everybody played well, everybody did good, and good job to all the teams involved.
And thank you for coming in for commentary there, Pants.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Yeah,
Thank
just
you for
one
having
thing
me.
that I would hope that the teams are gonna be, a bit more prepared next time around. Like, at least have. I mean, yeah, I can't really see how many, members they have and all that, but would be nice if at least, the tank selections, on some teams would just be a tiny bit faster, just to keep the stream nice and smooth, so we don't run into all these kinds of delays.
Yeah, most definitely. Beaver, do you have anything?
I don't even think Beaver's here. I think he said he had to go real quick a while ago.
Okay, and then Anarchy, as always. Your thoughts, opinions?
I've got nothing to say.
Okey-dokey. So,
Too tired to
Speechless.
with
No,
that
I mean, the
being
games were
said-
good. It was a good night. Would have been nice if things were done a little more expeditiously, but that's no
Ugh.
fault of ours.
So, I mean, stuff like that happens. All right, so really fast, we'll go down the Wednesday lineup. What we got at 8 p.m. on Wednesday, DP versus UGCC. And then at 9 p.m.,
All right.
you'll see Pants on the ground. Again, at least
Yes,
his
sir.
team against Law of 8. And then at 10 p.m. is NFTG, but it was against SOA, but I think SOA needs to do some
We'll find a
rebuilding.
team for him.
Yeah.
We'll find a team for him, don't you worry. NFTG will play against a team, but SOA at this point haven't proven they're consistent enough where we can really feel comfortable giving them a slot, especially the 10 p.m. one, because, I mean, it could take forever. So, I mean, if they can come up like the next 2 or 3 Mondays, if they completely fill their team and don't have a problem, then yeah, okay, cool. But until then,
Well, and I also think NFTG might be a bit, the skill gap might be a bit too big as well.
yeah, it'll be a better game of
Yeah.
team maybe.
All right. So with all that being said, to everybody there, all the viewers, yet again, check us out every Monday, Wednesday. This coming up Saturday will be the finals of the Cup Series, TNG versus Corruption. 3 p.m. Saturday. We're going to spam everything with advertisements. So we'll have that. And then also after that news, I will have a public release of some big news that's going to overhaul Wednesday night fights coming up.
So,
maybe next Monday.
We're getting rid of Hells and replacing them. Sorry, spoiled it.
Just a question though, what happens to all the fan mail? You keeping that all from me?
Keeping up with the what? The what?
All my fan mail.
Oh, your fan mail?
I want to say I don't get any fan mail.
Okay, everybody, make sure to hit up Quevlin with some fan mail. Hit him up as Mr. Q at gotcha.net.
Mr. Q. I like it.
So, all right. Well, with that being said, from everybody here with the Wednesday Night Fight production crew all the way out to Quevlin, I want to say thank you, sir, for coming out. Pants on the ground, Reformed Tanker, Anarchy Beaver. Did I miss anybody this evening? I don't think I did.
Shout out to Hell's Cat. Best streamer in the business.
Yeah.
I
Always
tried.
appreciate having him around.
So, So, all right, guys. From everybody here, you have a wonderful evening. I'll see you on Wednesday. Peace.
Take care.
Later.